Floyd and he was me, he wouldn't never have to fight again because that exhibition shit, as me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Right.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine, busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the fam. How y'all feeling on this good Thursday? We are back to get boxing is just due, man. You feel me? Is you with me? Is y'all with me? You already know, smash the like button for your boy on the way in. Share the lives. Turn your notifications on. You know, sub to the channel. All that good stuff, man. The Just Do Boxing Room etiquette. Let's get it out the way. How y'all feeling today, though, man? How y'all feeling, man? We back with another build, and y'all know how we do. We gonna chop it up for a little while, and we gonna move out of the way. Russell, what it do, homie? Peace to the Queen. Shable, I appreciate you. Secret Dance Moves, what it do, homie? Let's get it, my guy. How you feeling, man? Ozell, Gabe said, I'm the greatest journeyman in all time. You get me? Because he like, if you're dissing me, man, I'm the greatest journeyman in all time. What you saying? You did? Gabe was going in, wasn't we? Going to listen to some of that, man. Just going to have some fun. You know, talk about the latest, the greatest. Ain't that what they be saying? The latest and greatest. Shout out to him. 260K pay-per-view is very good. I think so, too. Marcus, what it do, homie? I think rematch will do even better. I do. BJ, what it do, homie? How you feeling, man? Trey Skills was good, homie. Shout out to the fan, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up for another boxing build. Shout out to the ones that really, really rocking with your boy. I know y'all here. I know y'all here. We gonna chop it up a bit, have some fun, get a couple laughs, you know, at the expense of Bill Haney and Gabe Rosado going off on each other earlier today on the Boxing Boys. Shout out to the Boxing Boys, by the way. Entertaining content, you know. And sometimes you just got to sit back, y'all. Got to sit back and have a little bit of fun with this boxing, man. Stress-free, man. You know what I mean? Let the suits and ties do all the stressing. We supposed to sit back and enjoy the festivities, you know? Bill Haney came up there trying to swing for his boy. You know, Gabe Rosado wasn't backing down. You know, he a boxer. You know he could take a blow. You get me? You know he could take a shot. You know what I mean? He wasn't backing down. He wasn't going for 40 mil bill. You get me? Kyle Cooley, my guy. What's good with it, Brody? How you feeling? What's good with it, man? I'm just trying to, you know, Pump out that good energy, y'all. Rosado, Gabriel Rosado. The guy that literally got one of the toughest schedules or resumes that you could out of any fighter. That, you know what I mean? Out of a lot of fighters, his resume is standing the test of time. He fought the who's, man. Dude never ducked no smoke. He was always about it. This is why I say boxing fans get on my nerves, man. Like, they get on my nerve bad. Gabriel Rosado, although his record could be whatever it is, he could have had double-digit losses, all of that. But if you really peel back the layers and you go look up and down that resume and see who he fought, who he lost to, how he lost, telling you, bro, he a different kind of guy, man. He a different kind of guy. You dig? He's a different kind of guy. You know, he a tough dude, man. Like a guy that just wasn't running from a challenge. Like, he getting his ass kicked, face all bloody. He still wanting to fight. He's the type of fighter that you gotta respect. You need those type of Rosados in the game. You need guys that's gonna say, I'll fight whoever and really do it. He's one of them. So yeah, you know, he might not have the sexiest record. You know what I mean? He might not have an O next to his name, but damn it, that man get in there and go. I'm trying to tell you, and I'm not just saying that. He fought a lot of the names, the Peter Quillins, the Charlos. Like, yo, this dude fought them all. Triple G. Like, Kid Chocolate was that guy back then. You know what I'm saying? He fought everybody, bro. Dude really never ducked and dodged the challenge. Always was willing to get in there and just leave it all in the ring. Oh, so Rosado gave an opinion recently on the Jose Ramirez and Devin Haney fight, and Bill Haney didn't like what he was saying, so he decided to join the show. You know what I'm saying? He ain't duck nothing. You get me, Marcus? Nothing. He ain't duck nothing. He ain't turned nothing down but his collar, you dig? And McQueen, the professor, was good with it. Trying to see Two Tones smacking like I got it. You know I got it. I got it. I think they're gonna let me rock. I was gonna do the audio, but I might as well just pull it up and play it. I might as well. Judah Vision, my dog. What's good with it, bro? I think Chisora better than Rosado. Plus, Chisora actually came close to beating those guys he lost. It's tough to compare because you know, Chisora a heavyweight. You know, Gabriel Rosado, although he took L's and you know he took his lumps for sure, but he always gave those dudes a good fight. Even if he lost, right? He always pushed you. He always tested you. He ain't never just get in there and like lay down and just get steamrolled. He always was a guy that, you know, give you a run for your money, even if you did beat him. And that's why he got the respect of the people. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that. They know how hard it is to perform at the highest level, let alone you fighting top guy after top guy. Like he fought a lot of names, man. Judah Vision, my guy, man. Jordan, what it do, homie? But look, they're in a similar boat. You get what I'm saying? Secret Dance Moves, they're in a similar boat. They're guys that never turn down no smoke. They got all the heart in the world. They take fights, even if it look like they can't win them. They don't care. They getting in there, and it's gonna be a fight. And if you sleep on them, they'll catch you. Same as that kind of fighter. Respectfully, like you can pick and choose which one you like more, but I think they got so many similarities. For me, I just respect them both, man. Them two dudes that won't get the credit that they deserve because of the losses that they took. People purely look at losses and that's it. Oh, hey, he got all them losses. He wasn't shit. Nah, man, Gabe Rosado was a different dude, man. He was one of them ones, man, get in there and go. And he'll win too. So, you know, he took his share of losses for sure. True indeed. But he definitely gave people some losses of his own. You know what I mean? He had the knockout of the year, I think, when he knocked out, what was his dude? He knocked out Bectamir, whatever his name was. He knocked his ass out. Not KO of the year type shit. So Rosado just one of them vets that you gotta respect, man. He just gonna go in there and go for it. Win, lose, or draw, he coming to fight. He ain't got no chin up. You get me? Bill might have got dead ass whoop. I'm talking down on Gabe. Yo, they gotta chill, cat. I'm telling you, because you gotta perform. When you do all of that talking in sports, like it usually shit just end up not going your way. So you got to be very careful and mindful not to repeat the same mistakes. But I get it. He got to stand in the paint for his son. And I understand he going to take them bullets for him. And I get it. It's all good. Boy, what it do? Gotta cause a good fight when communicate. Hit him a whole new career. Oh, got him a whole new career for sure. Rosado said gets praised for fighting everybody. Dev gets hate for it. Dante's boxing talk. What it do, homie? Nah, I don't think Dev don't get hate for fighting everybody. Who's the everybody that he fought? That's the problem. He get credit for fighting everybody, but the truth be told, like I'll never shit on his resume. I've never done it. But when they say he fought everybody, who's everybody? You get what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah, you fought Loma. That was something. That was a fight. You get me? You fought Ryan. You get me? But he ain't fight everybody. That's the thing. He fought some people, but we know what his two biggest names is and his two biggest wins. That's Regis and Loma, for real, for real. That's no knock on it, but those are his two biggest wins. I wouldn't call that exactly fighting everybody, but I do believe Dad will take challenges. I've always believed that about him. He take risks, albeit, they're calculated risks, but they're risks nonetheless. Like, it's a smart dude. Him and his dad have done it the right way, I believe. You know what I mean? So I think that him challenging Tank, Ryan, Tio, Loma pissed everybody off. Nah, I don't think so. And again, this is just a conversation. We're gonna build on it before we get to the interview. We're gonna pull that up in a second to the boxing voice. And again, shout out to Ness and the boxing voice. I'm gonna share the live, but it was cooking on it. But look, it's not challenging them that pisses people off. It's the rhetoric that comes with challenging people. Like, do you notice when he fought Loma, they didn't go on this personal spree, like a personal attack. You know what I'm saying? They didn't go that route, like personal attacks. Like I said, sending out mug shots and referring to him as monkeys. Like it get a lot different when it came to Tank. So it wasn't that he challenged him. It's that people felt like he just used his name for clout. Like, even so much so, let me just highlight this. His dad, as recently as this year, 2025, has said they still could fight. Like, he's saying this, and this dude really is a welterweight, Tank a lightweight, but he's still using his name in interviews talking about they could fight. I think that's the shit that pissed people off. As far as Tio, I think people love the energy with Devin and Tio. They believed Devin wanted to put hands on Tio, and it's Tio that didn't want it. So I don't think that pissed nobody off. The Ryan thing, same thing there. I don't think that pissed nobody off either. People just used that fight because it didn't go in his favor as an opportunity to shit on him as a fighter. So it's all about putting everything in its proper context, right? I don't think he gets hate for challenging the best fighters. I think he get, criticism and pushback and blowback due to those names that you point out. You notice that he fought one of them. Well, he fought two. He fought Ryan and Loma. But you see, you got Tank and Tio. And he fought them guys. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think nobody's mad at him for fighting Ryan. It's just the way that they've marketed their idea of them wanting the Tank fight, how they chose to push it to the people. I think that's what turned them off. Shout out to my dog, Trey Scales. He said we getting closer to seeing Bill get slapped in real life. I'm telling you, man, it should be heating up, bro. This should be heating up, man.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to my dog Trey, man. So that's how I see it. You know what I mean? Cornelius was good with the player. I will always Bill Haney. He said I will always stand with Bill Haney. Shout out to Bill, man. I rock with what his overall message is. Son Ray Patterson, my Jersey brethren, man. The average son, what it do, homie? Yeah, man. Overall, like, we got to keep in mind that he gonna do some things that you're not gonna like, and we can hold him accountable for those things that are out. When, like I said yesterday, when he color outside the lines, but he's done a lot more good than bad, I believe, me personally. You get what I'm saying? It's just talking, right? And I ain't talking, we obviously not the stuff that we don't like, but overall, he's been a bright spot in boxing. Like, when you look at the father-son dynamic in boxing, they've been one of the most successful tandems. And you just got to look at it like that. They've been one of the more successful father-son duos in boxing. So got to be able to tip your hat. And they did it their way, a way that initially people kind of clowned and laughed at, but then they ultimately had to respect it when they see how it paid off. You get what I'm saying? So I'm always gonna highlight, give you something else to consider. Not change your mind, but just give you something else to consider. So they've done a lot of good in boxing. Very accomplished at a very young age. just hitting 26. He still got a lot of career in front of him. They got a lot more that they can do before it's all said and done, too. You know what I'm saying? You say you would have thought your cool was Debo the way they got it out of there. Yeah, man. Yeah. Lavelle County said the dream about to wake everyone up. Haney time. Let's go, Lavelle. Listen, Jusdueboxing is genuinely rooting for Devin Haney and Bill to go in there and handle their business against Jose Ramirez and then go get that Ryan rematch and be successful there. Definitely. So you got me locked in 100% as one of his big supporters for these next two fights. Definitely for his career, but these next two in particular, I'm genuinely pushing and hoping that he handled business in not one, but both of these fights. Ryan been talking a lot of trash, and he did a recent interview that we're going to get into. Well, Akin Barak, he was talking about, drinking the whole camp, drinking the night of the fight, and he's talking about a lot of stuff, man. So we're going to get to it all, man. We definitely going to get to it. But first, got to get to Bill, $1 million, 40 mil Bill. Him and Gabe Rosado going at it. Let's get to this, man. Let me not keep y'all waiting, man. Smash the like button for you, bro. Share the lives if you can. Let's keep working. Let's keep building. Get to this, man. And again, shout out to the boxing boys. I want to be clear. That's to get them they just do. You know what I mean? They had 40 mil Bill up there, and it got interesting. It got interesting, y'all. It got interesting. 40 mil was up there. He came up there ready to go. You know what I mean? And it was what it was, man. It was what it was. Let's get to it, though. Behind the Hands TV, my Brethren, my side chick told me I love you. I told her I love boxing too. You stupid.
I am sorry.
Ooh, bro. You're a fool, man. You're a fool. Hold on, let me get to it. I'm going to try to get him when he's up here. I want to make sure I get it at the right point when 40 mil Bill came a knocking.
He's cocky, and he doesn't have a L. Ryan cheated, overweight, PDs, and Vic working with plenty of fighters. Dev sued to get the fight. Which is true, man. We all know that. Ryan was acting like he didn't want to give him the fight. But all right. Bill, what up?
Hey.
You got bad service, Bill.
Hold on. Did I skip something? Hold on. Let me see.
Hit flush. You know what I'm saying? The thing with me, I would get cut and stuff. But it's the fighters that take that kind of punishment where they're getting hit flushed. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's hard, man. It's hard to come back from that because we human, bro. We not built to take that kind of punishment. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's an accumulation, man. It's like a brick wall, right? I know you've heard this analogy before. It's like a brick wall. If you can hit it with a hammer one time, you know what I'm saying? It'll crack. But if you keep hitting that bitch, it'll get weak and weak and weak. And that's what happens with a fighter, to the point where you can just hit it with your finger and that motherfucking wall falls down. And that's
my audience know me. They like, yo, Ness is not gonna let it go. I'm not. This the super duper last one.
Here we go.
Because you came back from that.
Last one.
No, this the last one, I swear. But it's just to put you back in them shoes. You came back from that fight with Triple G. Like, I mean,
but
if we did a poll, who took more damage, you or Devin?
But the fight with Triple G was stopped in the 8th round. And the fight with Triple G, I was tagging Triple G up. Triple G eyes was banged up too.
Yeah, but Triple G, Ryan ain't known to be the puncher Triple G was.
Bro, Triple G wasn't the hardest puncher I fought, bro. G, Peter Quillen hit harder than Triple G. Triple G was a precise puncher. Triple G was a precise puncher. He wasn't a hard puncher. He was a precise puncher. That's a difference. He knows it was a sharp blow. Boom, sharp blow. There's other guys that got heavy hands. So it wasn't like Triple G's like this like big puncher. He just knew how to hit his target. So he cut me. So I was dealing more with the blood rather than actually, getting beat from post to post. You know what I'm saying? And then when my trainer was like, yo, he handicapped, he can't see, he stopped the fight.
Man, give out that social media one time for anybody not
Yeah, man.
following you, and we appreciate you.
Yeah, man. King God Rosado, man.
All right, appreciate it. There you have it,
All
ladies
right,
and
no
gentlemen.
doubt.
man.
Gabe Rosado is cocky, and he does.
Yeah, Bill, I got a question, man. This is Johnny from the Hangout Spot, man. Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Did you personally, when you heard Gabe's comments, did you have an issue with that? Because again, Ness, we agree. We didn't really feel he was being critical of Devin. Did you have an issue with his initial?
Do you want to hear
Yeah,
him?
let me hear him. Let him. But
Yeah.
remember, what he said was boxing is the wild wild west, right? And all of this is part of it. You know what I mean? This energy and everything that goes into it. These are not no one is choir boys. You know what I mean? You know, they intentionally try to make Devin out to be something opposite of a warrior. And with 17 losses, right? With 17 losses, the thing that you should say is that Devin is a warrior in this sport, but he came back and he said he has respect for anybody that's in this sport. So I think, he contradicted
Hold on, man.
himself a
My
lot. You know
bad.
what I mean?
They a dog, they something else. You gotta know how to.
Kevin Newman and Devin's
And Haney
spark him. I'm back.
got caught with some shit. Period. He didn't stay smart. He didn't stay smart. He didn't move around. He didn't use angles. He was coming forward and forward and forward and forward. And the problem was that one thing that I say is that look, sometimes the father-dad dynamic is great. In the large scheme of things, is not. You know what I'm saying? There's only a few father-son relationships in boxing that actually work, right? So, but in the large scheme, it doesn't, because what happens is the father and the son is too emotional. Now your son's hurt. Now you're hype. And now you need to prove to your father that you're a man. And now you might be coming forward and getting hit with some more shit. Where a coach doesn't have that emotion, and the coach is gonna say, okay, son, I need you to move this whole round. We're gonna get him back in the next one. But this round right here, I want you to engage. Just move. You're smart. But the father could be personal. All right, man, you got it. You know what I'm saying? And now you're actually walking your son into an ass whooping. Because it's the pride involved now. It's the pride. And I feel that that's a factor too. That's a factor too, and why he caught that ass whooping, because Bill Haney was emotionally involved into the fight.
And he makes some great points, yo. Like you because you kind of seen that dynamic or that element kind of play out where Devin had to prove to not only himself but his dad that he could get back up and keep fighting. And I think his dad, at the same token, wanted to prove that Devin that he would allow him to be this man and keep fighting. So when people question why he didn't stop the fight, I think that played a factor. You get what I'm saying? Guys wanted to prove themselves in a moment where it got tough. First time it get tough, you ain't sitting up there trying to think about throwing the towel in. Bill, like, bro, hey, man, I got to let him be a man. I'm going to let him come up out of this. And as you seen, even though he did take more punishment, he did finish the fight on his feet. You got to give him respect for that. He was able to finish that fight on his feet.
Damn.
I guess I'm gonna be the defense attorney for Devin here.
Surprise.
I mean, there's no better father-son relationship in boxing. I think that they top every father. Jack Mosley, they shit on that just based off accomplishments and the time it took them to do what they did. No father-son. Only one that come close is Danny. At 27, he was a two-division
You forgetting
champ.
about Tito Trinidad. Tito Trinidad and his father, that was probably the best father-son dynamic.
I don't think Trinidad was ever undisputed.
Bro, but
Let
who
alone
cares
at
if he
20.
was undisputed?
What you mean? Who
Bro, look
cares?
out.
You can't undisputed at
Bro,
like 23 and not.
you putting too much emphasis. You putting too much emphasis on the titles now, bro. You putting too much on that. At the end of the day, he beat the who's. He beat the who's.
But
At welterweight, he washed up welterweight.
Legend.
At 54, he washed up 54. And he did his thing at 60.
I don't know,
and he
man.
lost when
I
he went
remember.
higher.
I might be older, younger, but I remember Trinidad getting smacked by his father and his uncle.
Yeah.
So it's like, how great is the relationship if you're not listening and I gotta smack you?
I think that's
Bro,
more
Tito,
That's
anything else.
bro,
motivation,
because
but that's motivation, but that's not showing that you listening. If I gotta smack you, champ, like let's be real. I
and
gotta smack you to
after
get
that
it through your
smack,
head.
and after that smack, what happened?
But what about the team that don't gotta
After
go
that
through that?
smack,
That
what
we just
happened?
he
After that
wins.
smack, what happened?
He wins. He
The
also goes
dude, his
down.
opponent was on the floor.
He also went down way more than Devin.
Okay.
Way more than Devin. Way more than
But
Devin.
look, man, but at the end of the day,
I think Gabe, his words was like misunderstood. It wasn't aimed to diss or tear down. He was really giving a assessment of. They asked him how hard is it? Is it harder to bounce back physically or mentally? And he started talking about how it's mentally harder to bounce back after taking that kind of punishment. So the things that he said after that is what Bill Haney didn't appreciate, which is why he joined the show. He about to pop up in a second.
I'm not saying that all father-son dynamics are great, but you can't compare Haney to Trinidad, bro. That's insane.
I'm not.
Trinidad is a legend.
We not
Haney's not
comparing.
a legend.
See, but
So how are
that's
you saying their dynamic is better than Tito when Tito is a legend?
again.
Haney's not
Comparing
even there yet.
accomplishments.
Haney's not even close. Haney's not even close.
You comparing Tito's accomplishments solely to Haney's accomplishments. We're comparing
See,
the dynamic of father son.
Ashley's corner.
yeah, but look what they did.
And again, look at what Devin did in the time frame, bro. We talking about time. Like when Floyd was 23 years old, he wasn't making the money that Devin was making because he wasn't on the level that Devin was on.
Bro, Tito Trinidad was world champion at 20.
But he wasn't undisputed at 23.
Tito Trinidad was a pay-per-view star. Didn't even speak English. And he did big, huge pay-per-view numbers.
That's the thing, man. That's the thing in boxing. Because if you really listening and you don't have a dog in a race, you can clearly hear that both of them are making points. And it just comes down to preference and opinion. It's not a right or a wrong thing. That's what people miss a lot of times in boxing. They want to be right. There's no right or wrong. Y'all both gonna have y'all opinions and y'all gonna make y'all arguments based on how y'all see it. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's opinion based. You get what I'm saying for the most part. So it's like people be trying to be right. You don't have to. You can just say how you feel. Like they both making points. It's hard to ignore. You know what I'm saying? The work. Like everybody know what's up with Trinidad if you watch boxing for real. And it's just hard to ignore the work that Devin put in at such a young age at 23, being very accomplished. It's just hard to ignore that. Get what I'm saying? So they were very successful, very early in the game.
If we go to BoxRec, he won.
No. But what I'm saying is Tito sold shit out.
For sure.
And Tito, when he sold shit out, and when he fought, like, I mean, the ratings were crazy. Tito was a pay-per-view attraction.
I think that speaks for itself, though. We comparing the only father duo we could find better than Bill and Haney, Bill and Devin is Tito Trinidad.
And that speaks volumes because it's been bunches of the father fighter dynamics in the duos in boxing. It's been loads of them. They're in a very good space as far as a duo and a tandem go with them with that dynamic. They've been very, very successful. You get what I'm saying? It's hard to ignore that. So it's going to be interesting to see them just continue to build on what they've already established as a unit, right? As a team, you know what I mean? At being father son, I'm sitting back and I'm just going to enjoy it. Old school, what it do? Cut creator was good, fam. How you feeling? Gabe saying beating Camus to become undisputed isn't that great of a win as the time passes by, and that's just looking at it as overall accomplishments. Period.
Yeah, well, that goes to my point and why the father son dynamic is not the best in the large scheme of things. And what I'm saying is that in that fight, Bill Haney was very emotional. And maybe he is a good trainer. And I'm not saying that he's not a good trainer. You got to be a good trainer to get your son at the point where you got him at. You're a good trainer and a good manager. But in that fight, you did drop the ball. Good, you were a little too emotional, and your son, and y'all were in a situation that y'all never been in before. And that's what happened. At the end of the day, it just is what it is.
So we got hella questions. I know, Tone, you just jumping in. You got anything for Gabe before I move to the people?
Yes, man. Well, first and foremost, man, Gabe was the first.
KB, what is that? KB.
My bad, y'all.
And you didn't sue after the fight.
He didn't have to fight.
I never even brought that up. And I'm saying it is what it
He's
is.
trying to get to the part
Bro,
Bill
listen,
about to
I'm
pop
trying to
on,
tell you,
y'all. Y'all
man.
smash that
Oh
like
You
button.
gotta
shit,
understand.
Let's keep rolling.
You gotta understand something.
Gabe, are you okay with Bill jumping on? You know you done shook shit up. Bill
Bill could jump on
I
if
don't
he
want. I
want,
mean,
man.
you don't have to say yeah. You know, you get the respect of having your
Gave a
solo
real one for
interview if you
that.
want
Gabe
that.
was like, man, bring him up, man.
I ain't got no problem.
Come
But I'm
up,
just
40
saying, if you
mil,
come at
Bill.
me, then I'm gonna throw shots too. That's all I'm saying.
For sure. Let's hope he's not gonna. Before I send this, you seen how he acted with what was that? Todd. You can't be talking about that man's son. He coming for you.
Todd
Was it Todd? No,
That's what
Grisham,
you
right?
gotta
It was
love
Grisham.
about
Todd
Bill,
Grisham.
bro.
Yeah, it was Todd Grisham.
He's standing in the
But
paint
yeah.
for Dad. He taking them shots.
Yeah,
He
man.
bully.
The whole thing, man,
Gotta love
is
it, bro.
just it is what
He
it is,
come on
bro.
right with the
And in
bullshit too.
boxing, bro, it is a sport. It is a sport. But
Bill
there's a
come right
warrior
up
code
with the
to it. That's
bullshit,
all it
y'all.
is. There's a warrior code to it.
Look
Bill
at him.
Haney,
Look
Bill
at
Haney,
him.
Bill Haney. Say his name 3 times,
You
pop
know
up
he
like
coming up on
Candy,
Oh
man.
bullshit.
boy.
Hey, listen, let me see.
Future pop
Hey, let me
goes
Goody
see. Let me
ready.
Bill,
see
he
something.
come up smiling, y'all. You know
Yeah,
he
let me
on
see. Hold
bullshit.
on. Hold on 1 second. I'm not gonna throw no shots. I'm not gonna
Warlock, what
throw
it
no
do,
shots.
homie?
I'm gonna let you throw shots at yourself. Notable achievements for Gabe Rosado. His whole career. WBA NABF interim champion. Pennsylvania State light middleweight champion. That's not a title.
That's
WBL
not a title.
intercontinental. BKB. What is that? Bare knuckle boxing
Bill is
champion.
a fool, y'all.
Champ.
It wasn't
You've
bare knuckle. It
accomplished.
wasn't bare knuckle.
Oh, what
It
is
was boxing.
BKB? What is that?
It was
It says
boxing.
it says big knockout boxing.
Yeah.
Okay. Champ, you've not accomplished anything in the sport.
I can't even see you.
How you
You
get
don't
up
need to
I
there
see
can't
me.
even
You
see
saying
hear
you.
me?
that, yo?
You hear me? You haven't accomplished anything in the sport, King.
Bro, let me tell you something. You bought
I'm
your
listening.
son fights in Mexico. You bought your son fights in Mexico.
Lamar
I
You're
Stevens,
started late.
Mexican.
homie.
I started late in
So you
boxing.
Had
I
to
had to
cut up,
fight.
yo.
I had to fight. I started late.
I can't believe
You asked me
I
a
can't
question. You
believe
gonna
you're
let
a
me
Latino
finish? You asked me a
disrespecting.
question. You
No,
gonna let me
I'm saying is
finish?
no, you said I bought no, that's not answering the question.
Y'all
You
bullying
fighting
him,
in
yo.
You answered your
Tijuana, bro.
statement.
Everybody know
Okay,
what you do
listen.
when you go to Mexico.
But you're so you disrespect so Latinos. There's no listen. Canelo started in Mexico. Are you disrespecting a Latino boxing? Is Latino boxing ain't shit.
How am
When
I
you said
disrespecting
Mexico,
Latino boxing when I'm Latino? How the fuck that makes sense?
that's what I just asked you. So what the fuck does what's starting in Mexico?
What I'm
Did
saying is
okay?
you're
Did Eric
coming at
did
my
wait
career.
wait.
You're
Okay,
coming
did
at my
Eric
record.
Morales?
I'm trying to
Okay,
explain to you a
did
difference. I'm trying to explain to you a
okay
difference. The difference
did Eric
is
Morales
that
start in
y'all had the
Mexico?
perks to pick opponents. I didn't
Did
have that
Eric
perk.
Morales start in Mexico?
What I'm
Did
saying is
listen?
you're not letting me
Did
finish. I
I'm
didn't
asking you a
have the
question?
Can I finish?
perks
Can
that
I
y'all
finish?
had.
Can I finish?
Okay, well, I'm
I
not.
came up
When I
the
was
hard
talking
way.
about you,
And by
wait.
coming
When I
up the
was talking,
hard way, what's
wait,
up?
hold on. When talking about anyone that started in Mexico, Canelo started in Mexico. Eric
You still stuck
Morales
on that
started in
shit?
Mexico.
You still stuck on that shit? What I'm telling you is the difference is y'all picked fights. I didn't pick fights. I had to just fight
Give
whoever the fuck
Gabe.
they brought.
Gabe turned up.
That's the
Well,
difference.
that's
I'm a
listen,
fucking
listen,
dog. I'm a real motherfucker.
listen,
I'm a real
listen.
motherfucker. I had to fight
Okay, so
everybody and they fucking mom. And guess what the
wait,
fuck I
so
did,
let's
bro? I headlined.
hold on,
I made
hold on.
fucking
So
money.
listen,
I made
what the
motherfucking
fuck?
millions, bro. I made my
Okay,
fucking
hold on.
bags. I
Okay,
made my
hold
bags,
on.
bro.
Okay,
I
so
made
hold
my
on.
bags. When
Let's
motherfuckers
check
needed
that
to
out.
sell out a show, you know who they called? They called Gabe Rosado, motherfucker.
Talk
That's
that
what they did.
Gabe.
When they
Talk
needed
Okay,
to
well
that
sell out a
talk.
fucking fight,
He
they
ain't
called Gabe
lying, though.
let's
Rosado.
take a look
They
at
called
He
Gabe
not
your
lying.
Rosado.
record.
They called
Let's
Gabe
take a look at
Rosado.
who you started
True.
fighting then, Gabe
They both
Rosado.
right.
Hold on.
Bektemir.
It's
I
hot
knocked out
versus
fucking
G shot. I'm
Bektemir.
telling you.
I knocked out
Okay.
Bektemir. Knockout
Hold
of the
on.
year.
That's the crazy part. They really neither one is wrong. I mean, I ain't talking about as far as his criticism towards Gabe, but the points that they're trying to establish, neither guy is wrong. That's the crazy part about boxing. They ain't wrong.
Knockout of the year. Fight of the year with
Hold on, Gabe.
Mogia. Sellout arena.
Hold on.
Talk to him,
Hold
Gabe.
on, Gabe.
The fuck you want to talk
Hold on,
about,
Gabe.
bro?
Okay,
I'm one of a kind, dog. Your son is one of
your first
many.
fight,
I'm one of a
your
kind,
first.
motherfucker. Your son is one
Okay,
of many. I'm one of a kind. I'm one of
okay,
a kind.
okay.
The
Your
I'm
first
cold
gay
fight
line.
was
motherfucking
1 and 2.
Rosado, dog.
Man, that's Gabe Rosado, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of a kind. Your son is one of many. What'd he say? So you man, he talking that talk, ain't he?
Your first fight was one
I'm
and
Gabe
Fire up.
Rosado, and I
0-4,
dare you
one
to
and
Damn it, what
fucking
he
two,
do
talk that
on me?
shit in my
2-2,
face.
Nah, his
2-2.
resume crazy.
Fuck you, man. What the fuck you talking about?
Resumes, I want to keep this in mind. Resume don't just mean who you beat, it's who you fought. Who you beat, when you beat them, yeah, it makes it all the better. But if I go up and down Gabe Rosado resume, bro, I'm telling you, he fought a lot of them guys that was kicking ass at the time. He fought a lot of them, bro. He had a wild ass stretch, bro. That you're not gonna see too many fighters have. You just call it what it is. Like, he ain't lose to bum fighters and shit like these. Was top tier guys that he was taking these L's to. And a lot of times he'd be in fights and giving a good fight, but getting cut up and getting fights stopped and shit like that. Visitors from another planet, what it do? So I like Gabe.
About
Got that
I
three and
dog.
dare
one.
you to talk that
Emmanuel,
shit in
my
my
guy,
face.
was good,
You
bro.
ain't
Listen,
shit, dog.
listen. I bet
Fuck
you
out of
get
here.
off this phone.
I'm
I
one
bet
of
you
a
get off this
kind.
phone
Your
before I
son will
do.
be forgotten. I'm Gabe
I
Rosado,
bet. Hey,
motherfucker. Everybody
hey,
respect me.
listen.
Your son
I
need a
bet you get off the
bodyguard.
phone
I don't need
before I
no
do.
fucking bodyguards. Your son need a
Okay,
bodyguard.
one,
Bitch
Talk
shit.
to
one,
him.
Fuck
one,
out of
one
here.
and two, 0-4,
Bitch shit.
1 and
Your
2,
son need
2 and 2,
bodyguards. Your
3
son
and
need
1, 3 and
bodyguards.
2,
Y'all need
8 and 4.
bodyguards.
Yo, Bill is a bug out, bro. Yo, he study saying shit. Gabe going all Bill reading records, yo. Like, this man is a damn Bill Haney is hell, bro. He came up here with bad intentions. Hoodie up, $1 million smile out, like, yeah, let's go. This man just said he wasn't gonna throw no shots and proceeded to start going. Bazookas, he launching them, bro. Bill said he was on chill. He came up here and proceeded to go in. Teach, what's going on, Teach? This is hilarious, yo. You gotta love it,
Hey,
yo.
Gabe,
Y'all need
Gabe,
bodyguards. Y'all
Gabe,
need
you started
bodyguards.
fighting bums. No, Gabe, we're
Hold on.
anyone that started in
Watch
Mexico.
how he start
Canelo
reading the
started in
records off.
Mexico. Eric
You still stuck
Morales
on that
started in
shit?
Mexico.
You still stuck on that shit? What I'm telling you is the difference is y'all picked fights. I didn't pick fights. I had to just fight whoever the fuck they brought. That's the
Well,
difference.
that's,
I'm
listen,
a fucking
listen,
dog. I'm a
Blue Hustle,
real
man. What's
motherfucker.
listen,
good?
I'm a real
listen.
motherfucker.
Yo,
I had
Bill
to
had
fight
it
Okay,
pulled
everybody
up.
and they fucking mom.
Lamarcus.
And guess what the
wait.
fuck I
So
did,
let's
bro? I headlined.
hold on,
I made
hold on.
fucking
So
money. I
listen,
made
what is
motherfucking
that?
millions, bro. I made my
Okay,
fucking
hold on.
bags. I
Okay,
made my
hold
bags,
on.
bro.
Okay,
I
so
made
hold
my
on.
bags. When
Let's
motherfuckers
check
needed
that
to
out.
sell out a show, you know who they called? They called Gabe Rosado, motherfucker. That's what they did. When they
Okay,
needed to
well
sell out a
let's take
fucking fight, they called Gabe
let's
Rosado.
take a look
They
at
called Gabe
your
Rosado.
record.
He said,
They
let's take
called
a look
Gabe
Let's
at
take a
your
look at
record.
Rosado.
who you
Listen to
started
Bill.
fighting then, Gabe Rosado. Hold on.
Bektemir. I knocked out fucking Bektemir. I knocked out
Okay,
Bektemir. Knockout
hold
of the
on.
year.
Watch how I look. Bill just going, yo, Gabe going on. Bill keep reading the records of the people that he fought. Yo, this man is hell, y'all. Yo, he is hell, bro. Yo, Gabe going off. He got Gabe lit. And he studied just reading off the records of the people he fought, bro. I tell you, Bill, bro, Bill will not be denied, damn it. Bill will not be denied, bro. You ain't shut him up. You gonna have to get him off the show if you want him to stop. All things, my guy. What it do, homie? Honorable mentions. Appreciate the 5 piece. Just do keep doing what you're doing, brother. And everyone hit that like button. That's love. Appreciate you, bro. Let's do it, my guy. And yeah, he was mad at the critiques and criticism that Gabe Rosado had for the mental aspect of Devin Haney bouncing back, the punishment he took. Just some comments, but it wasn't bad. Cause I know it wasn't bad. Old school, what it do, homie? It wasn't bad. It's just Bill is on that type of time. Anybody that's saying anything about Dave, you know, he checking shit. Like, so it just turns into content for me. But I truly don't believe Gabe Rosado on anything he said was with a bad intent to try to shit on him. If anything, he set the table so much so that if Devin is to come out and be successful, then he's gonna have to get respected because he was saying Ramirez is not no pushover. That's a dangerous guy to pick coming back. And you know, he made some comments, but none of it was like to tear Devin down and hold him in a negative light or nothing like that.
Knockout of the year. Fight of the year with
Hold on, Gabe.
Mogia. Sellout arena.
Hold on, Gabe.
The
This shit
fuck
is
you want to talk
Hold
hilarious.
on,
about,
Gabe.
bro?
Okay,
I'm one of a kind, dog. Your son is one of
your first
many.
fight,
I'm one of a
your
kind,
first.
motherfucker. Your son is one
Okay,
of many. I'm one of a kind. I'm one of
okay,
a kind.
okay. Your
I'm
first
Gabe
fight was
motherfucking
1-2.
Rosado.
That's a cold line, though. I'm one of a kind. Your son is one of many. And I ain't saying that Dad one of the top guys in boxing. I'm gonna keep telling y'all that until I see otherwise in the ring. Everybody, I know people look at the Ryan fight and they feel like, well, everything I seen was proven on the night. Everybody is not gonna be able to do to Devin Haney what Ryan Garcia did in April 20th of last year. Let's just be honest. So, you know, that happened and it's not even as bad as what people are making it out to be. The only downside is that they were on record for highlighting and calling this man a C-class fighter. So C-level fighter. So that's the only knock. But aside from that, losing to him ain't the craziest thing. Ryan is a real puncher out there with real left hook. He got talent and skill. It's just been a discipline issue for him. Shout out to my dog Cornelius. Said, Judge, you wrong. This shit's too funny. I knew y'all was gonna have some fun with this one, man. And again, shout out to the boxing voice. Shout out to Ness. This was entertaining, bro. He know what he be doing. He just sitting over there rubbing his beard, chilling. He just letting it cook. But he did it clean. He asked Gabe, was it cool to let Bill come up? He said it was cool. So you got to respect that. J Boxing, what it do, homie? He said, Gabe, hype Gabe, pissed off.
Dog, your first fight was 1-2.
I'm Gabe Rosado, and I dare you to fucking talk that shit in my face.
2-2. Fuck you, man. What the fuck you talking about?
I dare you to talk that shit in my face. You ain't shit, dog.
Listen, I bet you get off this phone.
I'm one of a kind. Your son will be forgotten. I'm Gabe Rosado, motherfucker. Everybody respect me. Your son need a bodyguard. I don't need no fucking bodyguards.
Look, Bill, you hear Bill a damn troll. He like, I bet you get off the phone before I do. I'm sorry, y'all. You gotta have fun with boxing every now and again. And this was entertaining, bro. I'm pretty sure they both had a certain level of fun with this when it's all said and done, bro. He keep reading the records, bro. Yo, Bill is ass. He said, I bet you get off the phone before I do.
I need a bodyguard. Bitch shit. Fuck out of here.
1-2. 0-4.
Bitch shit.
1-2.
Your son need bodyguards. Your son need bodyguards.
3-2.
Y'all need bodyguards.
Hey, Gabe.
Y'all need bodyguards. Y'all need bodyguards.
You started fighting bums.
Listen to Bill.
Fuck out of here. Y'all need bodyguards. I fought Pooh Ennis. I fought Angulo. I fought Fernando. I fought Charlo. I fought Peter Quillen. I fought Triple G. I fought Lemieux. I fought Vera. I beat Joshua Clottey. The fuck you talking about? The fuck you talking about? I fought Mongia. I knocked out Bektemir. What the fuck you talking about?
Gabe, you lost your fight to a guy that was 3-2. Then you lost, Gabe. Then you lost to a guy that was 12-13.
This dude stuck on. This dude stuck. Look what he's stuck on. He's stuck on box rec. You stuck on box rec like a nut. That's the best shit you could do is box rec. Your son got played and you got played. At the end of the day, y'all memes. Y'all memes like a motherfucker at the end of the day. Where do you go and get love? You don't get.
Bill is a nuisance, bro. Like, that's why I be saying I don't know how people could really see what he do and be really pissed off. Like, this shit is funny. Like, the man, he got his phone up to the camera like, bro, look at this record. This man is a troll, bro. And he know how to steer the pot. This man came right up here and said he wasn't going to throw no shots and proceeded to go crazy, bro. Man, this is hilarious, man. Much love to Gabe Rosado and Bill Haney. Shout out to, again, Ness for this was good.
No love, though. Yo, me and you walked in the room, you're not getting no love. It mean you walked in the room, you ain't getting no love. At the end of the day, bro, at the end of the day, what the, who cares? Everybody knows. Who cares? It's public record.
No, Gabe, we're me.
Yo, you stuck on box rec, bro. You stuck on box rec, but guess what? Y'all bitch asses is fighting on Ryan Garcia undercard. Y'all on the undercard.
We're making more money than you ever made.
Undercard. You're on the undercard because y'all some hoes for that bag. Y'all hoes for that bag. Y'all acting like hoes for the bag. The money controls y'all. The money tells you what to do. You control by the money. You control by the money.
You don't want me to
control
talk
by the
because it's
money.
your first time doing this shit. You listen.
The money tells y'all what to do. Y'all some hoes.
You're a pussy.
The money tell y'all what to do. Y'all some hoes.
I'll wait and let you talk. Okay?
And guess what, bro? And with that record, I made millions. And with that record, I made millions. With that record, I made millions, bro. I'm the greatest gatekeeper of all time. I'm the
You're a
greatest
bitch.
gatekeeper of all time.
You're a bitch.
I
You're a
I'm
bitch.
the
For
greatest
17,
gatekeeper of all
you're a
time.
bitch.
The
Okay,
greatest.
now you ready
The
for this?
greatest
Hey,
of
Ness.
all
Ness,
time.
you know
You
he's
said
And
trying
I
to
this
made
your
listen.
my
first
He's
M's.
time
new
doing
to
And
it.
I
You're
this.
made
a
my
new booty
M's.
to this shit, and you're trying to stop me from talking. But guess what?
The
I'm
money
here.
tell you what
Listen,
to
you know I'm
do.
not
The
going
money
nowhere.
tell you.
I'm
Y'all
not going
hoes.
nowhere.
Y'all hoes. Y'all
Oh, you're a
hoes.
hoe. You listen, and you're broke.
Okay.
No, ain't no okay shit. Now I guess that'll
That's
shut
funny.
your ass up. So guess what?
No, I'm
Now
letting you
let me tell
talk
you
because
this though.
you funny.
Okay,
Go ahead, talk.
okay. Now, anyone in
Now,
boxing
now.
knows. Anyone in boxing knows when you start out. Devin started out when he was 17, and
We
he
still
never
on that
lost to a guy.
shit. Shut up.
Okay,
We still on that shit. Y'all,
man, fuck you.
let's talk about y'all being on
Listen,
Ryan
Man, you
fuck
already
you,
Undercard.
what it do, homie.
fuck you.
Let's talk
Listen,
about y'all being on
fuck
Ryan
you.
Undercard.
Greatest gatekeeper of
Let's
all
Okay,
talk about y'all
time,
being
bro.
on Ryan
what?
Undercard. Who
Okay,
cares
let's
about
talk
where
about
Haney
you
came
riding
up?
Ryan's
Y'all Ryan
nuts.
Undercard.
Let's talk about you
Y'all
riding
sued
Ryan's
them.
nuts right now.
Y'all sued him for battery
Listen,
in a combat sport. Now
let's
y'all on
talk
his,
about you
now
riding
y'all on his
Ryan's
undercard.
nuts. That's
Y'all
okay.
sued
That's
him for
part of the game.
battery. I
Okay,
actually
that's
had your
part of the
son.
game.
I actually thought your son was gonna win
How
that
many?
fight. I actually thought your son was gonna win that fight. I
Listen.
actually picked your son to
Hey,
win the
listen.
fight.
Hey, how many times you done lost 17 times, Gabe? That's a part of the business.
I actually thought your son
For
was gonna
for
win that fight.
for a
I picked
person
your son. That
for
shit
a
was on
person has
record.
lost
That shit
17
was on
times.
record.
For a person
Okay.
that's lost 17 times, you
Yeah.
still are
Okay.
stuck on losing. That's part of the game.
Bro, I'm
You the
winning in life big
listen.
time. I'm winning in
You
life,
the most
cuz.
warrior. You the most
I'm winning
warrior
in
acting
life,
like a
cuz.
bitch. You the most warrior acting like a bitch I've ever seen.
You sued. Y'all sued. Y'all
Yeah, you know
sued.
what we sued for? You know
That's
we
the
sued,
most
and I'm gonna tell
ungangster
you,
shit to
and I'm gonna tell you.
do. That's the most
No.
ungangster. You
Because
go
you know
into a
what?
fight,
Hank,
y'all take the money for
You
the
are a
extra
hey,
weight.
yo,
drug.
I want to talk
Y'all
about
take
that
the
Listen,
money
battery
for the
you're
fight.
extra
a
weight because
drug
y'all
promoter.
hoes and the money tell y'all what to
You
do.
promote.
So y'all take the
You
money for
promote
the
Shout
extra
out
drugs.
to Weed
pounds.
Jackson in the
Y'all take
No,
the
building.
money for the
no.
extra pounds because
We didn't
y'all
sue. We
hoes.
didn't sue for no. No. Now you're a liar. Now you not
Y'all
only are
take
you
the money
broke, you're
for
a
the
liar
extra
too.
pounds because y'all hoes.
No, no.
The
You are
money tell
broke.
y'all
You're
what to
broke, and
do.
you are
And
lying.
you know
You're
what? And you
lying.
know what? But bro, what kind of
We didn't
man are
sue.
you to
We
be
didn't
on the
sue for no
undercard?
pounds.
What kind of man are
We
you to
didn't
be
sue
on the
for no.
undercard?
That's
Like
part of the game. That's something.
what you
Listen, that's
that's
something the
part of the
Turkeyology
game.
League wanted. Yeah,
If you
that's
such
part
a
of the
big
game.
shot, if you such a big shot, why y'all ain't do your own shit? Y'all got Haney promotions.
Listen,
Y'all call
no.
yourself
Guess what
promoters,
though?
but y'all ain't doing shit.
No. But we're not.
What
Hey,
shows y'all
listen, we're not
doing?
signed.
What shows y'all
We're not
doing?
signed to
Yo,
nobody.
what's good with it, bro?
But,
Oh, you
but at
listen.
the end of the day, but
Listen.
at the end of the
You don't
day,
want to
they
talk.
threw
You's
y'all
a
a carrot
bitch.
and y'all had to
You's a
take it. They
bitch.
threw y'all a
You's a
carrot and you had to
bitch.
bite it.
Hey,
They threw
Gabe.
you a
Gabe,
carrot.
you're a
They dangled
bitch.
a
You're
carrot and
listen.
you had to
You.
bite it.
Hey, listen. You don't even talk
They
like a
threw you
man.
a
You're a
carrot
bitch.
and you had to
You're a
bite.
bitch. No, I didn't. We
And you
didn't
had
have to
to,
do
and that's
nothing.
all
We
you can
made our
say.
choice.
And that's all you can say because you ain't got shit to say. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. How
You
intelligent?
don't.
How
No, you listen.
intelligent?
You won't.
How
No, you keep
intelligent?
trying to. Yes,
How
you keep trying to.
intelligent
You don't
are
want the
you?
people. Yeah, you don't
How
want the people to. You don't
intelligent?
want the people to hear. You don't want to hear the people that you're a professional loser.
What the fuck are you talking about, cuz?
You've never
Bro,
listen.
you know
You've
what?
never listen. Do you know how? No, wait. Let me tell
I've
you,
lost,
warrior.
I
Let me.
won. I've
No.
lost, I
You are.
won. I've
Listen.
been robbed a
Okay.
bunch of
Let me
times
tell you.
too.
Okay. But as a
True.
warrior that you are, let's give you
He
the fact
definitely
that
got
you're a
some bad
warrior. But you've
decisions though,
never
Gabe.
won a title. That's how hard it is to win a title. Okay.
I've been, bro, I've been robbed at title
Okay.
fights.
But
Peter
guess what?
Quillen, I was
Hey, listen.
robbed. But
Listen.
I don't bitch and I
Listen.
don't sue. I don't
And you
bitch and
probably a
sue.
bastard
It
too.
is what it
And you probably
is.
a bastard too because guess what? Your father ain't never been in your corner.
What
You're a
you talk?
bastard. You're a bastard. Your father, listen. You
Damn.
gotta
Yo,
hate him
this
Hey,
more
dude a
because
clown, bro.
no.
This
You're a
dude a
bastard because your
Bastard.
clown.
father because
hold
you
on,
never had
Bill.
a
We don't
father
know
in your
about his
life.
daddy now. We don't know about his
See
daddy
you,
now.
you a clown,
I'm
dog.
asking
You
him.
You
get too
No.
tough.
What are you
Let
talking
me
about? His
moderate.
daddy ain't in his life.
Let me moderate. Let me moderate. Now, Bill,
No, his
get your
daddy
words
ain't
off.
in his life.
Go ahead, Bill.
No, I'm saying is his daddy ain't in his life. So he's talking about another father
how is
that's
my dad not
down
in
with
my
his
life? You
son.
don't even know who I am. You don't even
His
know me.
Bill, his
What
father
you know
was
about
at
my
his
father?
father was in the fight. It's a famous clip of his father not wanting to stop the Triple G fight and his trainer saying we gotta stop the fight.
Yeah, what you
Okay,
talking
well,
about? You don't even know what you talking talking
Okay,
about?
well,
You should have
guess
stopped the
what?
fight. You should have
Okay, how
stopped the
about this?
fight and saved
You
your
and
son
your
an
dad
ass
are
whooping.
losers. How
You
about
should
you
have.
and your dad are losers
You
then?
were you
That's how
you
it
were
works.
you a poor
So you're
excuse of a
not a
father because
bastard.
you let
You
your son
come
get
from
his ass
another
beat.
loser. No, you
You
come
let
from
your son get
another
his ass
loser.
Get
beat.
with it,
Guess
Joe.
what? Because guess
Yeah,
He
what?
meant
y'all
to
Your
just gotta
send,
dad
give
could,
bro.
because your
All
dad
my
could not
losses, all
protect
my
you. Your
losses,
dad
all
could
my
not
losses
get you a
together,
championship.
Wait, well,
What
hold
did
bro.
on,
your
hold
dad
on,
do?
You know
hold
how
on, hold on.
You
intelligent,
got
you do
17
you know
all
how
losses.
things
intelligent
So I
this
through
man
stand
is.
corrected.
Yo,
You're not a
let me
bastard.
say
You're a loser,
something.
and your
Let me
dad
say
was a
Hold
something.
loser.
on, hold on. Let me
Let me say
moderate. Bill,
something. Hold
Bill,
on.
what's
Okay,
Let
your
me
listen,
say.
issue with
listen.
Let
one
me
and
say
one? Let's
His
get
something.
to
dad
the
never,
point.
Let
his
me
dad,
say
did your
something.
dad ever win
You
anything?
already know, but let me say something. You already
Did your
know.
dad win anything?
You already know.
My bad, y'all. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Let me get it back. Y'all smash that like button, man. This is getting hot. It's heating up, man. They do not like each other right now, bro. They are going off on each other. Man, this got hot. It got hot in the kitchen, man. It got hot. Omega Red, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? Damn, I ain't mean to do that. All right, let's get back to this, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button, sub to the channel, support the grind. We're gonna keep building. This was a good back and forth. I mean, it needs to happen, man. Bill is he go in the paint for his son, bro. I gotta give it to him, bro. He gonna take them shots, them bullets. He don't give a damn. He gonna come in there and talk his ish, man. He gonna come with it. Motown, what it do, homie? This is so you can't take it. Yeah, this is interesting, man.
All right.
Hold on, y'all. We're gonna get it back. Gotta get it back where it was at. All right, here
Talking
we
about
go.
shit. You don't
Listen,
even know me. You
the
don't even know my
youngest
dad. What you
undisputed, the
talking
youngest
about?
undisputed champion,
Bill,
the
what's your
youngest
issue with
undisputed
Nut.
Gabe?
champion,
Hold on.
2
Bill,
division champions. Yes.
what's your issue with Gabe? Go ahead, get it off. Get it off.
Who
No, I
cares
don't
already,
listen. I
bro?
don't
This
have
dude a
listen.
nut.
I don't have listen. He doesn't know how to talk like a man. That's what I have an issue because I
You
got on here to
what you
talk.
talking
And
about?
he
And
keeps
you talk
man,
like a
what you
man?
talking about?
What you
What are you
talking
talking
about?
about? Come
You
on, man.
sound like a
Listen, if we're
nut.
gonna talk,
Mr.
if we're gonna
You a
talk,
Milestone.
then
grown
let's
ass
talk.
man. You a
Okay,
grown
well
ass
let's
man,
talk.
and you saying shit. You're talking about
Hey,
shit that got nothing
so
to do with
so hey,
nothing.
hey, Two Tone, moderated because he's a bitch and he's not gonna talk. And girl is why you know what
Damn.
You breaking up, Bill. You breaking up, Bill. You breaking up. Let's try to not diss each other.
Hold on.
Maybe we could talk.
Yeah, let's get to a common ground. Okay, now Bill, you was going through Devin. Go
He
through the
fell off.
record.
He fell
You know?
off.
Bro, no one cares about that. No one cares about that. No one
And then
cares.
Gabe, get your shit off because Gabe, you fought everybody, bro. They give Sean
Yeah.
Porter respect for fighting everybody. They got to give you respect for fighting
Yeah.
everybody.
No, listen, no one cares.
Devin
Did
right
he get
now is
off?
the Hall
Did he
Yeah,
get
he
off?
dropped off. He dropped off. He must
So
got bad
look,
service.
let me say something real quick. Let me say something real quick, bro.
Jamal was good with it, man.
For yeah, leave it like that so I can see everybody. For him to start talking about I'm a bastard and this that, it's like, bro, that was the most unintelligent argument. This man is talking about things that he don't even know what he's talking about. Of course I have a father. Of course, like, what are you talking about? My father has been in my corner. Don't put that bitch back on, dog. Don't put that bitch back on. If it's him, don't put him back on.
You
Cause
got
he
it.
talking about dumb shit. He not making no points. I'm talking facts. He want to talk about records. What the point I was trying to make is we got different paths. And guess what? Devin Haney is one of many. I'm one of a kind. What I did is so hard to do in the sport. You know what I'm saying? What I did to lose the way I did is get robbed a few times and always bounce back. That's what made Gabriel Rosado. That when people thought I was done, I bounced back. I knocked out Bectamir. You know what I'm saying? I do what I do. So come on, bro. That's why that's like some Rocky shit. That's why the people respect me. You feel me? So okay, great. He could accomplish great things with his son. I respect that. I think he did great for his son.
He said he got
But
up before game.
but y'all taking shit so far out of context is ridiculous. And then to be like, oh, you a bitch, your father, this, that. Like, yo, what we talking about, bro? We not really talking about nothing. That's just dumb shit right there, bro. That was like a fucking like his point was pointless. It's
Jamal
dumb.
was
That was
good,
just
man.
a lot.
Yeah, I didn't know it
It
was
was
gonna
Ooh,
get like
yeah.
that.
No, but you know,
But
look,
that's
man. At
also
the
why I
end,
told you before, are you sure? Because I've been doing this shit so long and shit gets toxic, then they think I
bro.
sandbagged them.
But you know what though?
Yeah. See, that is true because he definitely did ask clearly, like, "Do you sure you want me to let him up?" Because and he was like, "Yeah, he cool with it." He did ask that. He wasn't trying to jam him up. So if anybody came in and it looked that way, he didn't do that. He definitely did ask him, "Is it cool that he bring Bill up?" He said, "Bring him up."
But you know what though? He's used to bullying people. To doing that shit. He can't do that shit with me, dog. I'm not the one, bro. Because here's the thing, I'm not embarrassed about my career. I'm not embarrassed about my record.
Mhm.
Bro, I've done the unthinkable. You know what I'm saying? I came into the sport at a late age. I was not supposed to do what I did. I wasn't supposed to have I've headlined a bunch of times. I fought on pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I've made money. You know what I'm saying? I've
There
made
was one
money.
point. There was one point when they were calling you the blood and guts warrior.
Yeah,
You know,
bro.
I mean, resume can't be questioned.
Right.
Yo, and at the end of the
Resume can be questioned, but neither can Devin accomplishments at the age of 23 that he solidified and stamped himself. I know it wasn't the toughest road to undisputed, but none of that shit matters. He got it. He done it. He accomplished it. 23 years old. There's no way you can take anything from that guy. Same thing with Rosado. You probably never see another guy with this many losses, but that fought that many top tier guys, and then on top of that, made the kind of money that he made. So when it's all said and done, he had a successful career despite whatever the hell his record looked like. He had a successful career. He did, with championship or not, because he lived off being a B-side guy, and that shit got him paid. You get what I'm saying? So, and then when you look at Devin, just a young guy, came up very accomplished at 23 years old. He had all them straps. There's no way you can take anything from him. If you really love boxing, you can understand where both of these guys are coming from. There's no way to really shit on either guy. Yeah, you could say you got losses. Shit, he made money. He definitely headlined part of pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Had an upset win. All types of shit. Dub, right side, what it do, homie? How you feeling? So it's a lot to like. You know what I mean? It's a lot to like. It's a lot to appreciate from both fighters if you truly a fan of the sport. That's all. I don't have a dog in the race. There's just two men getting their shit off. But when it's all said and done, there's no denying the things that Devin accomplished at the age that he done it. There's no denying the tough-ass road and the resume that Gabe Rosado had and the money he was able to make. It's unquestioned. You can't deny his heart, his determination, his passion, his drive, all. You can't knock it. You can't take none of that from him. You can't take the shit from Devin. It's just too heated. Two men talking their shit, man. But I don't... I'm not on either side. I'm right there in the middle, and I hear y'all both. Y'all both talking y'all shit.
at the end
Devin
of the
fought a
day,
guy
right?
without
When I be
streets. He
posting
just
shit
worked.
about me
So.
and Berlanga, that shit gets hundreds of thousands
No,
of
he didn't
views,
disrespect
and
him
that
when
shit get
he was giving his
that
opinion
shit get
either,
loaded
though.
with
Shout out
comments,
to
and that
one
shit
good one, bro.
50-50. They
So it is.
rocking with him, they rocking with me. How many fighters with 17 losses do people even fucking ride for like that? That's
Yeah,
unheard of. But
that's
they do
true.
it
That's
for
true.
me.
That's true.
They
The
do it.
last
They
person
do
was
it.
Gabe
Good point.
They do it
Salito.
for. They do it for me, dog. You know why they do it for me? Because they know who I am, dog. Fucking on fucking Mickey Ward. Come on, dog. Look what Mickey Ward did with like 12 L's. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
Mickey
fact.
Ward is
Shout out
legendary.
to Marcus.
Legendary,
Out.
dog. You know what I'm saying? So stop the bullshit with the record. It ain't about records, bro. People identify to a man's character. People fall in love with fighters for different reasons. Not for no dumbass record. You know what I'm saying? You bugging, bro.
No doubt. Before you go to the questions,
Yeah, he
Ness,
still got all his
question,
faculties.
Gabe.
That's a fact, bro. He still got all his faculties after all the punches, the punishment, the L's he took, the blood he lost, the cuts he sustained. He's just a real one, right? And I do wish they could have got to a different kind of conversation because, like I said, it's easy to misunderstand people when you only listening to respond. He was not trying to shit on Devin. Like, I would not say it if I ain't believe it to be true. I listened clearly to what he was saying. He just had an opinion on it and saying how hard it'd be to bounce back. And he giving him credit for actually taking a tough ass challenge like a Ramirez. He's still giving Ramirez a lot of credit for what he is now. You get what I'm saying? So Devin go out there and beat that man. That speaks volumes about Devin. They're not listening to the context in which he was saying what he was saying. They just heard criticism, and you like, oh, I gotta defend him. You know, you really didn't if you would have really listened to what he had to say. He wasn't shitting on him, bro. That's very important to understand and highlight that it wasn't your typical Devin Haney like slander or just going at him. It wasn't that. He wasn't trying to go there.
Did anybody ever reach out to you for you to potentially be Edgar's opponent, you know, this
Bro,
past week?
I've been in, bro.
Well, I
I
know that
really
you've
can't
been
say
on.
nothing.
I follow
But if
you.
I could,
We have
but
DMs.
I'm talking to the who's that can actually make this shit happen for real, dog. It's not like some cap shit. At the end of the day, the problem is that Berlanga, he made a lot of money with Canelo, and he thinks that every fight is supposed to be that kind of money. And he's pretty much, look, man, what Eddie Hearns did for him and how Eddie Hearns promoted him and how Eddie Hearns kept his word and gave him that Canelo fight. And that man made the amount of money he made in that fight. And then you just leave Eddie Hearns. He did what he was supposed to do for you. And you just leave him. Okay,
He
that's
got a hell
cool.
of a resume.
But then
That'll do.
he thinks that he can fight Plant and get that same kind of money with Plant. Plant ain't Canelo. And I got respect for Plant, but at the end of the day, it's the star power. So he kind of
Hey,
acting
what's
crazy
good,
with the
man? How
money.
you feeling?
The fight can happen between me and him, but it's just you know what I'm saying? It really
Was it
come
ever
down
going to
to
be in Puerto Rico?
it could be in Puerto Rico, it could be in New York. It would obviously make more sense in Puerto Rico. Look, I was on a yacht with Eddie Hearns when we do our shows in Mexico, and we talked about it, bro. He wanted to do the main event in Puerto Rico. Like straight up. He was with it. But what happened is Berlanga had his last fight with Matchroom, and to Eddie's defense, he didn't want to put so much money into a main event if you're not going to resign. So he just put him. That's why he put him in the undercard with Mantequilla. You feel me?
Speaking of that, Gabe, we seen the next day Edgar tweet, damn, I'm really a free agent. Do you think that, how'd you interpret that tweet? Because I'm like, damn, was he regretting it? Was that tweet like an expression of regret? Was that, an expression of like relief? Like, I'm free. Like, how'd you take that tweet?
No. I think. Let me just check my battery real quick. All right, I'm good. No, I think that I think he's excited because I think in his mind he thinks everybody going to be like have a bag of fucking $20 million and be like,
Bro.
here, bang. But it don't work that
Berlanga
way.
is definitely out of
Look,
order.
man,
That,
it's like, look,
yeah.
you got blessed. You got the big fight and you got the bag. But
Hey, Trey, what it do, Brody? How you
let's not
feeling?
forget Canelo's the attraction. You know what I'm
What you
saying?
mean?
You fought a co-main event and that bitch wasn't even sold out. If you're such an attraction, why wasn't that little ass venue sold out? If you're such an attraction, you're delusional. You need a dance
I'm waiting.
partner.
What it do,
Everybody
homie?
needs a special dance partner for it to be an event. When me and Munguia fought, the reason that bitch was sold out was
Right.
because it was the perfect recipe. I just knocked out Bektemir. He just
Yeah.
knocked out his opponent, Mexican,
Yeah.
Puerto Rican. Boom. That makes
That's a
perfect
fact.
sense. You know what
You need that dance partner, bro. That shit is pivotal. That shit is pivotal. You got losses and all, but if you got the right kind of build up and backstory within the matchup, you got yourself a great fight. You get what I'm saying? And that's what this dude was able to do, being like a B-side guy, because he was gonna get in there and push you and give you rounds and really test you. Not just give you rounds, but test you. Because Gabe, he wanted to win too. You know what I mean? He did pick up boxing league. A lot of people wouldn't even seen the money he seen, even made it to where he made it to picking up boxing that league. So the shit that he did ain't a regular occurrence. That shit is rare. The way Devin Haney and Bill got it out the mud, taking a Mexico route, everybody don't do that. That shit is rare. That's why I say when you really for boxing, you can look at both of these dudes' paths, their journeys, their success, their failures, and you can chalk all of that up to these dudes still being at the top of their game. Or even if him not having it per se with the record, his resume, you can't question the people that he fought. You can't deny him, right? And he always gave him a go. So it's just one of the toughest guys in boxing. And Devin showed what he was worth in that Ryan fight, and the fact that he is using Jose Ramirez, who is looked at as dangerous, and Gabe Rosado's own words, right? He using him to springboard him to the next fight with Ryan. You know what I mean? You gotta respect that.
So
ain't no,
in
no
his
way you can
mind,
sit
he
on the
thinks
TV really looking at it.
he can
That's why I
just,
say I don't
sell
understand
anything
boxing
out on his own, but
that tear down fighters. You're gonna hear me say this almost every day because I see it every day. So I'm gonna always talk about it. It's a never-ending issue. At what point, as supporters of the sport, do we sit back and we just enjoy and really salute and highlight how difficult it is to do what these guys are doing? But instead, we rather say, you know, this guy ain't shit, or you got beat by this one, or this one is a hype job, or you're not good like this, or you're a fake champion, email chat. It's like, bro, the integrity of the sport is in question when we do it that way, right? What are we saying about the totality of the sport if we just constantly tearing down the absolute best fighters in the world? The shit get old. It got to at some point. You don't care what you say about Devin. He bouncing back. Losses happen. Ass beatings happen. People catch left hooks. People get dropped. But most people don't get back up from them Ryan left hooks. He trying to get back to it. You got to salute the man for that, especially if he could complete the task at hand. Let's see it. I'm here for the get back story. So let's see, you know, just how hard he going to push them to make sure he see it through. Because those are 2 fights he need. Ramirez, out the way. Ryan, scrape his ass and keep it pushing after that.
Work that way.
Let me get to these people. You still got time?
I got time, dog.
We got
hold on, we're gonna fast I got now.
Question is
people's going down
because Bill came back up. Bill did join the show again, y'all. Hold on, let me get to it.
You got to remember,
the Devin is not signed to anyone.
Be there. I don't get it, but we'll see, man. Because
Melanie Queen, my sis, peace. How you feeling, Queen?
To Gabe,
good to see you in the building, always.
Well, that's okay for him to have his opinion, right, about it. You know what I'm saying? But not giving Devin his grams to say, okay, well, Dev wants to fight him again. That should account for something. That should mean that, you know what I mean, that he's a heck of a dude, and he's doing everything to push this boxing forward, because that's what people want to see. They like to see blacks and Hispanics fight, period. And for Devin to then say, okay, I'm gonna go in there, and Ryan has a hell of a left hook. You know what I mean? He has knockout power. You know what I mean? And
that's good. Glad you all work.
We didn't have to fight him. We could have went on with the fact that he's been cheated. We move on and we say that we don't want to do business with him. I mean, Ryan continuously says that he was smoking weed, he was drinking, he was doing every other drug.
He just said he just came out.
We're going to get to that Ryan Garcia interview too, y'all. The one that Bill Haney is addressing. We're going to connect it all. We're going to build. You know how we do. Smash the like button, sub to the channel. Let's keep going, man.
This week say he was doing mushrooms.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying is he's doing every other drug in the world, but the one that he gets caught with and he got tested positive for, that's the one he's not doing. And everybody else says, listen, they says, oh my God, did you hear what he said? He said that he was on drinking, he was on alcohol, he didn't train, but they believe that, but then they don't believe the fact that they believe that the alcohol and the weed affected him in a negative way. But you don't believe that the ostarine affected him in a positive way. Although the commission, the WBC, has said that. They said it's on the banned list, right? But if he drinks and he used drugs and he says, oh yeah, well, Ryan wasn't even there. Come on, man. Like I said.
And another thing, like Gabe was talking about, he was asked about the game plan versus the ostarine. And he was saying that ostarine is not really the cause of that. He was saying the game plan, trying to follow a puncher and all of that. He talked about that. But when Bill did an interview, he went out there and said something about, you know, he even alluded to the game plan being the wrong game plan. So to truth be told, I really don't truthfully know why he was mad at Gabe's assessment of what he thought about the particular fight, right? He wasn't trashing him how other people be doing. You get what I'm saying? Maybe he said some stuff that you don't agree with, but that's why y'all have these platforms and these opportunities to talk it out. But, you know, Bill was already in defense mode for the shit that he said, so he just went in, you know. He said, it's not what they said, right?
It's a bunch of Hispanic fans staying down and sticking with their fighter. No different than when we were in L.A. on his home field. right? Where they were supposed to do that, right? If we go up north, if we go to Northern California and everybody is cheering, then that's a different thing.
It's a good
But being that
question,
we
too,
were
though, bro.
in LA and everybody is booing, well,
Yeah, the
you say
Oscaring, like, that just
if
wasn't the
the
make or
Los
break to
Angeles
me,
Lakers
for me,
come
but
to
I ain't about
the
to get
New
all
York
into it.
Knicks or the Raiders go to the San Diego Chargers Stadium, you're supposed to get booed. If the fans are sitting there cheering, then what kind of fans are they?
Dude, Devin made a tweet because I was wondering,
Yeah,
like,
he
where
didn't
is
be,
Bill
dog.
at in both the press conferences? But you're obviously there. Devin said something along the lines that they're trying to silence you. Is that true?
You know what? Like I said, that
Yeah, PDs
the
is a real
narrative is
thing.
this, and I'm gonna straighten it out.
Real
Is the
quick, I'm
devil?
gonna stop and I'm not gonna get all into the Oscaring thing because everybody got their different views and opinions on it. But like I said, just I would encourage anybody to do your research on Oscaring, do the homework on it, and really see, like, when you see the trace amounts, like if you've just been following boxing and you know how consistent that is, his particular situation is with contamination, you'll understand Ryan's side a little bit more. But he didn't do himself no favors because he was so inconsistent with the message and the messaging that he was putting out. You just couldn't trust him. So I'm not here making no case, but at the end of the day, that's why these guys are both taking this fight May 2nd to get back to each other. So I hope everything will be on the up and up in this rematch. This is why we need this fight. And I can't wait to go do his thing and beat this man. I really can't. Reef, what
Is
it do,
not
homie?
signed to anyone.
What's good with
We
it,
did the
bro?
deal
Shout out to
directly with
Melanie.
Turkey Al Sheikh
Assist.
to make this fight
Everything
happen.
boxing was good,
He's
bro. How
not
you
signed with
feeling?
Matchroom. He's not signed with Golden Boy. He's not signed with anyone at this level. At this
He
level
said
of play,
Merc
which
Gabe,
is
not
historic
Ramirez.
for a 26-year-old fighter to be in this position of control. I wanted everyone to know it. That way other fathers and sons could know that it can be accomplished. If we can do it, they can do it. Of course, that a lot of things that would come out at the press conference if I was on the podium or on the stage would be different. Of course, it's everyone. You guys know about the boxing. You guys are informed. Eddie Hearn came out and said that if a fighter is not with him, not signed to him, then he has no
The
obligation or
exposure was
interest
good,
to
bro.
support him. I think that he said publicly, and this is no shade towards Eddie, but Eddie said publicly that he wasn't as eager to support Edgar Berlanga because Edgar Berlanga was on his last fight of his contract, correct?
Facts.
Correct. Yep.
So why would you sit a matchroom promoter next to us right now in the biggest fight of our life?
I mean, but I get it. But just think about it. They're almost treating it like it's like it's not business. They making it personal. He said it, you don't have no obligation to him. Like, you're not contractually obligated to do any business with him. Why would he be willing to go to bat for you, let alone bid on a fight that wouldn't make no money? Because when he spoke about that, he made that statement. That was around the time the Sandor Martin fight was being discussed. And he was talking about not why he wasn't willing to bid on it. So I don't know why they're treating that like he's supposed to be willing to lose money for a guy. And loyalty goes both ways. And I'm not trying to like distract. I'm going to try to keep playing it. But loyalty goes both ways. You see how you bounce from promoter to promoter. You go where the opportunity is. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. Go where the opportunity is. But how should he stay loyal to you if you're somewhere else and dealing with other people? It can't work like that. It got to be something in it for him. So it's like when y'all working together, y'all together. When you not, you on your own. I think that's across the board. I don't think you're going to see too many guys willing to go to bat and lose money for a guy that no longer works for them. Like, why, where they do that at? And at the same token, he also, threw it out there that if y'all, cared so much and you your own boss, why didn't you bid on your own fight? You could have bid on your own fight. So I see it a little different with this. I'm not about to make Eddie Hearn out to be the bad guy when it's just business. And we should know that by now. You're not with me. Why am I going to bat? I'm going to lose money on a fight that ain't no good. You went and sued and all of this shit, and you knew this fight wasn't no good yourself. So it's like, why would I go to bat for that? Like, y'all, I'm tired of people just making everybody a snake in boxing when this shit is just business. Boxing is a snake business too. And you know, man, if you're not with me, then you damn near against me. That's how it be. Yeah, we could have worked with each other for 20 fights. But the minute you no longer fighting under this umbrella and you don't seek opportunity elsewhere, now you on your own essentially. That's not being a snake. That's like letting you chose to go elsewhere, right? You could have stayed over here and rocked out with me, and we'd have been losing. We'd have took this fight together, or whatever have you. But instead, you move where you see the opportunity, and that's all. Like, there's no shame in that. I don't look at you as disloyal when you go outside of somebody that you've already worked for to get an opportunity. You doing what's best for you in your career. For him as the suit, he doing what's best for him and his company, so to speak. And he damn sure ain't in the business of losing money for guys that ain't with him. Like, that shit makes zero sense. So that's all I'm trying to say. I don't think it's a matter of doing them dirty per se, as it just being business as usual. Shout out to my dog Marcus, man, in the cash. I appreciate the 10 piece. Much love, bro. Supporting the grind. Shout out to my guy.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
And that's all. That's my only point, man. Shout out to Marcus. Appreciate you, bro. That's all. It's not. I don't think it's a matter of trying to shit on him. We gotta stop like placing fake blame and fake outrage. Like he's a snake. Where at? Because when he was with him, he went to bat for him. It was all good. Even they said it. Remember, he went from praising Eddie to kind of shitting on Eddie to kind of walking it back again. So what are we talking about? Y'all relationship is good. When you're working with him, everything is on the up and up. When you on your own, you on your own. So it seems like to me, being this quote unquote your own boss ain't what it's cracked up to be. Like, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, being your own boss, that shit sound good until it's time to bid on a fight that ain't gonna make no money, and you expecting the same promoters that you kind of shitted on, and not you, the fighter, your dad, just throwing everybody under the bus. Now you need them to come bid for fights, and you think they really gonna do it when you got your dad actively shitting on everybody that he already worked with and bigging up Jake Paul, called Jake Paul the face of boxing, bro. You can't make this shit up. So it's not a one-way street. That shit go both ways, man. Show the same loyalty you want me to show, you got to show that shit to me, or all bets is off. Ray Davis, what it do, homie? How you feeling? I just don't get it. I don't see the outrage, man. That's just fake outrage.
So when Todd Grisham was like, we're up here selling fights, we're like, what was that? So you were mainly mad at, like, they didn't address.
No, because his idea is selling fights is to down the black fighter while uplifting the Hispanic fighter, the Hispanic drug cheat. You know what I mean? Right there on the stage to sell the fight, because he feels that there will be more support if he uplifts Ryan Garcia, right? Who's a drug cheat, who has never been a champion or accomplished anything, right? That he would celebrate him in order to sell the fight. Now,
real quick, I gotta stop it. The only problem I have with that is it almost sounds to me like you want. So let me get this straight. He wasn't supposed to say anything to sell the fight, but instead, as a professional that's supposed to be neutral, he's supposed to get up there and grill Ryan about the shit that he already got suspended and punished for. It's like you want everybody to be the same kind of mad that you are. We're not going to be that. Not everybody. At least, listen, for me, I hate the fact that Ryan popped dirty with Osterine. I hate it. I hate that that's still a talking point to this day. But he got to own up to that shit. And I seen no accountability, so he get everything that come with it. But at the same token, it's like you're expecting people to continuously be mad at him at something that he got punished for. Like, how many times could we keep harping on this shit? You said it yourself. Their game plan was one that the fans made up. You said that. I ain't never seen a successful boxer tell me, their game plan was something the fans made up. So that's telling you right there the game plan was wrong. It's accountability that's not being, like, accepted in this entire situation, and it just rubbed me the wrong way. I'm gonna speak for me. I'm in 1,000,000% support of Devin Haney and him getting his lick back and beating Ryan ass, but you gotta stop expecting everybody to be mad the way you are. That's your baby boy. Ain't nobody gonna feel the way you feel about the situation. You had to sit there and deal with that shit. Y'all gotta bounce back after getting knocked down a bunch of times in the fight that y'all thought y'all was gonna win framing this dude as a C-level fighter. I get it. You probably still pissed off, so you expect everybody else to still be pissed off. But as a professional, he was not in that moment supposed to grill Ryan Garcia about Osterine, bro. Like, how many times can we do that? Like, none of us condone it. It makes me mad. We grilled him for it. He wild for it. If he would have showed any accountability, I could have had some type of understanding. He showed none. It was everybody's fault. The Illuminati. He shot himself in the foot. It's Scooter's fault. This guy's fault. Like, he bogus. I make no argument for Ryan, but I'm not gonna keep arguing about Osterine every situation. Like, bro, if that's what you want, don't fight him again. I mean that. If Osterine is the only thing that you want, if that's the reason, the sole reason why you lost, please do not fight him again. If you have not sat down or y'all haven't looked at each other, looked in the mirror, wherever it is, went back to the drawing board together and accepted the fact that, you know what? Yeah, he cheated. It was some PEDs going on. He a piece of shit for that. But yeah, you know what? We didn't do a good job at, protecting ourselves against the left hook. Like, we prepared for it, but we didn't do a good job executing. There's some things we did wrong. Say that shit. Own it, man. Because we seen it. We seen it. You admitted to it on other platforms. We're not going to forget that that's what's really going on. So, again, respectfully, if it's all only Osterine while y'all lost, please don't fight that man again. Leave him alone. Leave him the hell alone, matter of fact. Because I guarantee you repeat the same situation. You're going to get similar results. And if that guy actually is in shape this time, and y'all fighting at 147 pounds, it's going to be a healthy, hard dude to deal with. And I'm rooting for them as a team. Father and son, I'm rooting for y'all 1,000,000%. But I'm tired of this. Like, I get it. But you can't expect us all to stay stuck on that. We seen 12 rounds. We seen 36 minutes of combat. It was mistakes being made on both sides. Your son did a lot of things well in there in the rounds where he wasn't getting knocked down. Just own it. You made a couple mistakes. Own up the fact that y'all survived the left hook. Y'all finished that fight on y'all feet where it looked bad for you. Man, just own it. Yeah, all right, man. He had some Osterine, but yeah, we didn't execute our best. We didn't bring the best game plan. Yeah, we knew the left hook was there, but we didn't do everything we were supposed to do to stop it. You get what I'm saying? Say that. It's okay to say that because we know that's what we seen. But you're going to say at the end of the day, it's tainted because of the drugs. That's cool. We with you. So, again, this is why people like me and individuals that think like me are truly just rooting for him to get back in there with Ramirez, handle what he got to handle, and get Ryan up out of it. I'm really rooting for that. I'm going to keep saying it till I see it happen. Hopefully, that they sat down and had the kind of heart-to-heart that they would need to have before going back in there with that man. Because I'm being so sincere and genuine. It's coming from a true supporter of theirs. Bought your pay-per-views, called your fights live, all that shit, right? If the only thing that you're going to keep blaming is the PEDs, leave Ryan, left hook Garcia the hell alone. Leave that man alone. And I'm not being funny, not talking crazy. Leave him alone. But if you really understand that, yeah, it was some Osterine, but yeah, we screwed up. By all means, go get that lick back. Because then I could at least see some accountability and you understanding that mistakes was made on y'all side as a whole, and it's okay. It's okay. Now you got to tighten some shit up. Because I guarantee you what, you can't go in there how you know it was the game plan and not the Osterine, y'all. Because I'm willing to bet you if they find themselves back in the ring in a rematch, I guarantee you he won't go in there with the same game plan he did the first time. So go ahead. If it's just the Osterine and it's not the game plan, go back in there with the same game plan. Then. Go right back in there and approach it the same way. And the fact that he's clean this time, it should make all the difference, right? You see how silly that sounds? That's all I'm saying. So just acknowledge that mistakes was made, changes need to be made. And, man, go get y'all dub, man, because y'all was cheated, not the other way around. So I'm rocking with y'all 1,000,000%. But just don't expect everybody to be mad at the level that you are mad as the father of the fighter that had to deal with being cheated and then getting ridiculed as if y'all was the ones that popped dirty. We get it. I'm with you, bro. He got shitted on for losing. And he was, losing a fight that got changed to a no contest all because he was suing, right? So we get it. The people shitted on him. They damn near washed their hands with that. But you got real ones like me. That's like, never mind that shit. It was just content. I ain't about to overly criticize this dude for a lawsuit that ain't got nothing to do with me. Because at the end of the day, he's talking about getting it back in the ring, and that's all that matters. But they definitely better tighten up some things before you get back in there with that dude, bro. Don't do yourself a disservice. You get what I'm saying? By not getting in, by not crossing your T's and dotting your I's. Don't get back in there with him. You know what I'm saying? Unless you made the necessary adjustments, bro, because it's gonna get ugly in there. Let's talk fashion. What it do, Remo? It's never a crime to say, all right, we can do better. That's a fact, Jay. That's a fact. Yeah, y'all smash the like button. We gonna keep rolling, man. Let's see what else Bill had to say. And I'm gonna play a little bit more of this because this was, you know, obviously tied into you know, the next interview that we're gonna listen to from Ryan, man. Because I got a lot to say about him, and he got a fight coming up, and old habits die hard, and that dude has lacked discipline his entire career. So if he was one fight removed from smoking or drinking and doing shrooms and all that shit, who's to say that he ain't clean that shit up? Dr. Boxing Talk, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? There's a doctor in the house. Hold on, I'm gonna do it like this, bro. Hold on, y'all. Let's get back to this, man. Take this off right
here. Stage would be different. Of course, it's everyone. You guys know about the boxing. You guys are informed. Eddie Hearn came out and said that if a fighter is not with him, not signed to him, then he has no obligation or interest to support him.
That sound like business to me. That don't sound like backstabbing. That don't sound like snake moves. That sound like people that's protecting the integrity of their business, bro. We're not in the business of losing money because we had history. We did a couple fights together. And now you done ventured off with somebody else. But oh shit, you ain't your own boss the way you say you do, or y'all don't enjoy it. Y'all don't really accept that responsibility the way you say you do. You accept the title of it, but not the responsibility, because if so, you wouldn't expect guys like Eddie Hearn, because y'all had some fights together, for him to just come to your aid when you see fit. That sound like that's bad business for them, but only good for you. If only one side comes out on top, that's the epitome of bad business. Good business is when both people win. And him coming to your aid in a time like this for a fight like that, it'd just be him helping you out. And why would he do that? Don't nobody run a business like that. That's like, ain't nobody in business just doing those type of favors, losing money on this type of scale. Nobody's doing that. And I don't expect Eddie Hearn to do it, or no other promoter, especially if you yourself is not willing to lose the money that you expect people to be willing to lose. It don't make sense at all, bro. None.
I think that he said publicly, and this is no shade towards Eddie, but Eddie said publicly that he wasn't as eager to support Edgar Berlanga because Edgar Berlanga was on his last fight of his contract, correct?
And y'all seen how they did Corey in his last fight of his contract, so it ain't nothing different. It's business as usual. Bob Arum tried to, devalue him on the way out. He ain't do that to Eddie Hearn. He just let Eddie. He didn't do that to Edgar. He just was like, "Hey, man, you know this the end of the road. This your last fight. We no longer vested in you, man. It's nasty work, but it's the business of boxing, and it's how it's been going. Don't just highlight when Eddie do it. Let's talk about when everybody do it, man. Because all these dudes have been in this very similar situations. Everybody that started off at whatever promotional entity ain't still there. Like, people jump ship all the time. You get what I'm saying? People cross the street all the time. This shit is a regular thing in boxing, bro. Shit is a regular thing in boxing. If there's no way with anything I said that I could be picking a side, Damon. There's no way you heard that. There's no way you heard that. I refuse to believe you heard me picking a side. Yo, this is crazy. We're gonna keep going.
Facts. Right. So why would you sit a matchroom promoter next to him?
If picking a side is telling the truth, then that's the side that I'm on. Because all I just did was tell the truth. Tell me where I'm wrong at. My point is, Devin is not being done wrong because a promoter he's no longer in business with is willing to go to bat and lose money for him. That's foolish work. How could you even expect that shit? How could you expect promoters to treat you like that? You gotta get what I'm saying? But you even said it out your mouth when he was with you. You got treated right. Key word, when you was with him. So again, when you're not with him, is you still supposed to have the same access? Hell no. We know it don't go like that. We know it don't go like that. Show me a situation where it's been that way. You get what I'm saying? He don't get special treatment, especially when your dad is shitting on the promoters that y'all work with. Then y'all need him. This is why I said he was going on a smear campaign. It got so bad that he called Jake Paul the face of boxing. And we respect what Jake Paul, well, I'll speak for me. I respect what Jake Paul is doing, but I don't think you can call him the face of boxing. What he's doing for women's boxing is phenomenal, and that shit need to be talked about more. But outside, he's not the face of boxing. But that's how down bad he was. He willing to burn the bridge of every other promoter that you work with. Remember, we ain't doing this the same old 3 promoters, the way they do shit. He's literally burning the bridge and then trying to cross it after the fact. It's wild. I never seen a person in boxing that way actively burn the bridges and then try to cross them after he burnt them down. And then be surprised that there's no path available for him to travel there. Like, it's wild to me. That's not picking no side. That's you being a fool. You putting yourself in a box. Like, you supposed to, when you move on, notice these promoters are not tearing you down when you move on to another guy. It's your dad coming out and saying, oh, they do it like this. He came out and said everybody did him dirty. Everybody. Oscar, everybody he worked with. Man, I know y'all seen an interview. I was like, bro, why is he doing this? You saying everybody did you wrong. Every promoter did you dirty. Oscar cheated y'all out of money. Look what he doing. He burning the bridge and then trying to cross it. I've never seen it. I've never seen anything like that. That's strange. And again, maybe it's just promotion, but he has to understand them words have weight behind them. You sat on a public platform, a big, meaningful platform, and said all of the guys that y'all work with did y'all dirty. They all screwed y'all over. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But at the same token, y'all will talk about how much money y'all got, how much bosses y'all are, how much more money than everybody else that y'all making. Make it make sense. It can't be both. So if everybody did you dirty, how was you able to make more money than everybody else? You get what I'm trying to say? That's him. He's burning his own bridge. That's just, I'm real enough to point it out. I want to see him win. I don't want to see him put himself in a position where he boxes himself out and you forced to go work with people because you burnt every other bridge with all these other promoters because of the way you speak about them. That's a bold claim. Imagine you doing business with somebody, bro, and they get in an interview and you pop up, you wake up one day, you see an interview from that person you know you did right by, great business with, and they in the interview talking about how you screwed them over. You get what I'm saying? You telling me that's not nasty? That's nasty work. And it's like, I don't know if it's trying to get on somebody's good side, but it's at the expense of your son's career because people going to remember that. That's a bold claim, especially when you got dudes running around here getting sued and all types of shit. You're going to go on these public platforms and say, yo, we got gypped out of money working with all these different promoters. This is why Jake Paul is the face of boxing. You get what I'm saying? You got to be careful. Got to be careful of the messaging you trying to send. You should just get the game, work with whoever you work with, and then move on. Whatever your in-house business is, let it be that. Because I ain't never seen a financial problem in boxing get solved because somebody went in an interview and aired out the dirty laundry. I've never seen it. I've only seen it have a negative outcome or a negative effect. I've never seen it work better for the guys that is actively shitting on the people that you're going to need to work with. That's my only point. You have to be smarter than that. And that's the part of the game that he need to learn. Everything ain't promoting everything can't be considered good promotion if it's going to put your son in a worse position because of it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you never know what them words got meaning. You out here telling people that we screwing y'all over. Nobody's paying, like, they ain't pay us well. We wasn't treated fairly. That shit is wild. And it's like, but when y'all there, it's like, yo, we making all this money. We doing this. We bosses. We this, we that. It's like, you got to make it make sense. Which one is it? Are you bosses and you getting treated right? Or are you getting screwed over like other guys? Like, you gotta make it make sense. You can't play both sides, and that's what he do. He said, let's not act like we didn't see Eddie shit on Andre after he was still signed with him for Canelo. Eddie is a sleazeball snake. I mean, shit on him how? We can talk about it. It's a conversation, but I hear this all the time. People say he is sleazeball, but the fighters are not saying it. Can you name me some fighters, bro, that said Eddie is a sleazeball? I'm talking about the fighters that work with him. Because if I'm seeing a guy work with fighters and they not complain, notice Andre never complained about Eddie. Never. Eddie Hearn came out and admitted that he was not able to fulfill his promise to the people of getting Andre the fights. I thought that was genuine. Still screwed Andre over in the long run, but he was honest. He couldn't get him to fights. But Andre never came out and said, yo, Eddie Hearn did me dirty. For me personally, I'm not seeing the fighters that work with him say it. I'm only seeing fans on YouTube and supporters of boxing say it, right? Tank never worked with Eddie Hearn. I've never seen it. You get what I'm saying? I still don't know what his problem is, bro, with Eddie. Like when people say he don't like him, he a snake. Where are we getting this from? What do we have to back this off of? You get what I'm trying to say? I would look for the fighters, right? You would expect if it's another promoter trashing Eddie, you know that's what that is, right? But if the fighters are saying it, I'll start listening, bro. You get what I'm saying? I think he be doing these guys pretty good. Shit, he just got Core the biggest bag of his career. Richardson Hitchens is now a champion and in position in the driver's seat to make unifications. I think he do some good, right? I don't praise none of these guys, but I don't think I'm still searching for the understanding of how people got to the conclusion that he a snake. That's all. I heard Wilder. I remember Wilder had some type of issue with him once upon a time, but that looked like water under the bridge. They've worked with each other since then. So it's like, you get what I'm saying? So I don't know. Is he really the problem, or people just, they don't like him? I don't know. What I'm saying, so I'm just a fair, straight shooter, bro. Like I want to see dudes win, and I feel like it's in bad taste that the minute that you're not in business with somebody, you go outing them in the next interview, in the next person that'll listen, right? I don't see how that works, but then you was previously on record for saying how you was being treated while you was there. So it's like you can't have it both ways. It's not now. It's like now we not with them, and it's like you still expect the same access to these guys that you once did when you was in bed with them. It's not the same deal. It's like now you on your own, because that's where you said you wanted to go out, be your own boss, or work with whoever you wanted to work with. And you know what I mean? Shit, I think these dudes making you stand on it. Zach B was good with it. Suit family having a victim mentality never works, especially when people have treated you well. That's all I'm saying. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to make it make sense. Boxing Guru was good. Berlanga was just talking dirty about him. But I take that with a grain of salt, though, with Berlanga. I'm sorry. I ain't going to lie. Because I ain't going to lie. Like, it ain't the same Berlanga that got cut from Top Rank. That's the same Berlanga that bit somebody. It's the same Berlanga that, you know what I mean? He has some issues of his own. Ask him how he even get to Eddie Hearn. That's because he ain't take care of business properly on Top Rank and got cut. So it's hard. I got to take that with a grain of salt, because I know and respect the Berlanga. I don't dislike him. I don't think he trash or none of that. But he ain't exactly fulfilled his end as a fighter. You get what I'm saying? He ain't exactly fulfilled his end as a fighter, and that's how he kind of ended up with these other guys. Why do you think you got a guy like Eddie Hearn? He say he'd be willing to work with him, but people ain't going out of their way to work with him because they feel like it's a ceiling there, and he might be close to it. So, you know what I'm saying? So I take that with a grain of salt. That dude really lived a celebrity life without putting the work in. It's crazy. And no disrespect to him, all them first round knockouts was the worst thing that could have ever happened to his career. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it like any other promoter for me. You know what I mean? If you with him, you with him. If you not, you not. And I think that's the same for everybody, bro. You know? These dudes do is repeat what they hear without nothing backing it up. Shout out to my dog, man. You know, so as I said, Berlanga talked shit about Eddie, and Eddie said he would work with him again. Yeah, he did. He still said he'd work with him. So I don't think dudes really be caring all that much, yo. So like that's all I look for. When you were with Eddie, did you get shitted on? If there's a number of fighters that can come out and say that's the case, then I'm all ears. I want to hear that. But for me, I'm just saying what I only hear. I've only heard fans say it, and I've heard a boxer or two maybe say it, but those are ones that's not working with him. So how would you know what kind of snake he is if you've never done any business with him? That makes no sense. That's like me calling somebody that, that's in business that I've never worked with, don't know much about. You get what I'm saying? Where we basing this off. And I would think the employees of that guy, the guys that, or should I say the guys that he was promoting, right? The fighters that he was working for should have something to say about Eddie. So I don't see that a lot. I don't see people coming out like, yo, he did me wrong. I ain't get my money. And you get me? I think the worst thing, what you can can say the biggest problem Eddie Hearn has is securing those fights. When he get American-based talent, what does he exactly do with that talent, right? And is he able to really grow their profiles and get them those marquee fights? I think that's been the book out on Eddie, right? I think it's fair to say that. But as far as the business side, I don't think Eddie's screwing people. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's screwing people. But let's get back to this, man. So, we're going to listen to a little bit more of this.
When Todd Grisham
smash
was
that
like,
like button, y'all.
Selling fights, like, what was that? So you were mainly mad at, like, they didn't address...
No, because his idea of selling fights is to down the black fighter while uplifting the Hispanic fighter, the Hispanic drug cheat. You know what I mean? Right there on the stage.
2 cents. What's going on, Queen? How you feeling?
That there will be more support if he
really don't like Frank Warren.
Ryan Garcia, right? Who's a drug cheat, who has never been a champion,
shout
or
out to 2
accomplished
cents.
anything, right? That he would celebrate him in order to sell the fight.
I don't think nobody's celebrating Ryan Garcia either. I think they're not harping on the fact that the Osterring, because it has nothing to do with this current particular fight. Hopefully, right? Everything is on the up and up. So again, I think Bill I understand his frustration. I understand his reasoning for, feeling like, man, nah, he ain't shit and everybody should treat him like it. But you got to think people got to be professional, bro. They can't just grill him constantly about something. They got to do their jobs, and that'll seem like they're appeasing either you or a certain particular fan base if they just keep grilling the dude about the same shit over and over again, right? You got to allow people to make the mistakes and move past them. Even you, with the fight not going your way, people got to allow you to move on past that fight and how it looked, right? They got to allow Devin Haney, the fighter, to bounce back. You know what I'm saying? So just got to be mindful.
Now, I think Gabe then pointed out, why are we on the undercard? Why are we on the undercard? Well, actually, it's a part of business, and it's a very political type of business and a landscape that required us to make a decision whether we were going to fight or not, right?
I think it's simple, Will. And you get my little thoughts on it. As far as the undercard thing, I don't think it's a big deal. It might look a certain way to fans, but yeah, let me explain something to y'all. Would y'all matter, does it really matter when you fight, whether you was fighting after him, the main event, if your check is still right? At the end of the day, his check, as long as his check right, don't matter if he on the undercard. I don't give a damn. I wouldn't care either. And like he said, I agree with Bill. We know it's political, right? But at the end of the day, in my opinion, it's simple. Even though the fight got turned to a no contest, it was initially a loss, right? After 12 rounds. So they looking at it like he beat you. So obviously they looking, and he, I guess, more of a ticket seller. It's very simple. It's very easy. It's easy to see why it's the way it is. It's very easy to see. And the fact that you got to think of who Ryan with. Ryan was with Oscar, who was working with Turkey. You get what I'm saying? And who you kind of got to the party late, in my opinion. So I think it's political mixed with the fact that you didn't get it off when y'all fought, right? You didn't get right? He had the upper hand. So even though it was a no contest, people still like, hey, man, you get what I'm saying? Your stock, quote unquote, took a hit, and they just put the guy that they felt like beat you or that could sell more over you, right? I think it's a business thing, but I think it's political as well. You know what I mean? He said it's a big deal to put him there. I don't think so, because what were they supposed to do, right? I don't think Turkey is holding it against them what happened with the Ryan fight, with the Devin fight, with Ryan per se, right? I think you can say political. You can also look at it as a business end too, though. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to be able to move past the fact that you tested for Osterring. You got to be able to move past that, and I think Devin got to the party a little late. You get what I'm saying? I think everybody already had people, like, they had a leg up, is what I'm saying. Ryan, a guy like Ryan with Oscar already having a relationship. You get what I'm saying? Devin seemed to got to that party a little bit late. Maybe that could be the cause of it too. It was undecided as to when he was going to come back. It just seemed like he got there late. See, what it do, homie? How you feeling? I could be wrong now. Garfield was good. Berlanga never going to make the money he made with Canelo. Nah. He can get that out his head. He can get that out his head. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Right. And I think not being your own boss and not essentially having somebody that was going to bat for you, you know what I'm saying, I think put you in this situation as well. So I think it's just a lesson to be learned from this shit. DOG was good with it, bro. By X Turkey, while Ryan is the main event. I think it's easy shit. Should Devin be the main event? Who would y'all say? Ah, shit, it's tough. Who would y'all say can sell more tickets? I guess. I mean, I would have to imagine that has something to do with it, right? Ticket sales, business wise, right? I believe political, all those things could be true. I don't think it's just one thing. And for me, y'all, I don't simply draw it up as them just doing him dirty. I just don't like had he won the fight, y'all. I don't think this is the case. You get what I'm trying to say? It's very simple. Like had he won the fight, I don't think he'd be in a situation possibly where he was the undercard. But the fact that that he did lose or it didn't go his way, maybe there's that. You know, I don't know. I truly don't know. But maybe you're right, but maybe I don't know what it is, man. I don't know. I think it could be a combination of things, but I'm just not willing to just draw it up as them simply doing him wrong, right? I don't think it's that. Because what reason would they have for it, right? You know what I mean? Look, Devin don't feel like they being done wrong. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he feel like he being done wrong. He ain't make a big deal out of being on the undercard. Devin, you heard what Devin said to T.O. Look, we sitting at the same table, bro. You get what I'm saying? So I think the most important, listen, to me, y'all, I think it's more important that the money he was looking for is something that he was able to get more so than the placement of the card. Which one you think matter more to the fighter? How much he getting paid or the placement that he is on the card? So for instance, if Devin had to make less and be the main event, do you think he would want to do it? Because I could have swore they said they make it more than the guy in the main event. I could have swore. I don't quote me on that. I have to double check that. So I think it's a combination of things. It could be some political shit because it's boxing, right? But it could simply be the fact that the way his stock has appeared to have taken a hit. It could be that. Get what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I don't think he being done wrong, because what I'm saying is, look at it this way too. Devin, it was looked at as he didn't do the BLK Prime thing, right? So he obviously got money that he was looking for to fight on his card. So I think making the money that you're looking for is more important than the placement of the card. You get what I'm saying? Y'all still on the same card. Who cares if he comes out last and he the main event? Y'all still working. If y'all both win, y'all still got to fight each other, and y'all both going to be the main event together again. You get me? So I think it's a means to an end at the end of the day for Devin. Just get in where you fit in. Understand boxing, it is nasty work. Boxing is nasty work, but it's just one of them things where you got to kind of weather the storm politically. You know what I'm saying? Whatever political storm that may be brewing, you got to weather it right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's true too. But I think for them, at the end of the day, they chalked it up as it being good money and an opportunity. Because remember, the talking point was they wasn't going to be able to get the money that they was looking for coming back, right? And it seemed like Turkey finessed the situation where he could get money. But, you know, it's the money and the opportunity of the fight. Yeah, you get me? That's what I'm saying, Shaver. So I get y'all. I'm not telling nobody they wrong. I just think it's a combination of things at play, right? But I don't think it's simply as looking at the situation and saying, you know what? They trying to do Devin dirty. They trying to screw him, y'all. I don't get that vibe. You know what I'm saying? Not just yet, because we all seen 420. Like, would it make sense to put him ahead of the bill? You get what I'm saying? And remember, it was Ryan was going to have an exhibition before Devin was even coming back. So it could be a lot of different things, right, at play. And ultimately, I think them being out there on that island and getting to the party kind of late probably has some effect on things too. You get what I'm saying? You never know. So, you know what I mean? I think those other guys had a leg up because they had people already in place in business working with Turkey actively, right? And then when you look at Devin Haney, who did he have representing him when it came to talking to Turkey? That's him and Bill going over there, right? He signed to nobody. Bill was just saying it on here. Devin's a free agent or something like that, right? So they want to cancel Tank if he fight Jake. But if the money right, why not? I mean, The only reason I would be against that fight, because it'd be an exhibition. They said that's something that they really was going to do, but they said the draw came and it stopped that from happening. Said it was 100% in negotiations with Jake Paul, and it was going to be an exhibition fight. I just thought that would be odd in the middle of your career to do an exhibition fight. Not so much in the middle, whether in, I don't know what you want to call it, is Tank toward the end of his career, I don't know, but it just would have seemed weird to pit stop and pivot off to do an exhibition with Jake Paul, right? And you a legit fighter, but I don't know. I can't control it. I could just choose to support it. It'd be crazy, but we seen wild shit in boxing. And the character smearing, in my opinion. I get that. Jonathan 97 showing what it do, bro. Say, how would Devin be remembered? I think Shelton, I think how he bounced back after what was looked at as a loss in the ring, I think that's going to determine a lot in terms of how he's remembered, right? Because anybody could take a loss, anybody could get punched, dropped, anybody can get beat up in a fight and it don't go their way. But can you bounce back? And the ones that can will be remembered for that. So if Devin Haney is able to, go capture him a win against Jose Ramirez and revisit the scene of the crime again in a rematch with Ryan, and dare I say beat him, man, you gotta get that man his flowers. All this shit that people talked, you got beat up, you chinny, you would never fight him again, X, Y, and Z. If he do that, you'll have to remember him as a legit fighter and one of the more accomplished fighters at a very young age. So I think the way he plays his next couple of fights, in particular, Shelton, is going to have a big, impact on how people view him overall as a fighter, especially in this microwave society. You can't even lose, bro. You can't have a bad performance or lose, or people going like trash you forever. You know what I'm saying? So how he bounced back in these next two fights, particularly starting with Ramirez, is going to say a lot about him and his character. If he come back and had the right kind of win, beat this dude impressively, then I think people will start to kind of quiet up a bit. And I think ultimately to really shut up the people the way he would want to, he's going to have to get that lick back against Ryan. And that's going to be a tall task. So it all starts with Jose Ramirez May 2nd for him in terms of how you're going to be remembered. Blunt Sports, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? And Ryan was about to fight exhibition. Yeah. But that's the difference. You see what I'm saying? And you know that 2 cents. You know that better than anybody, right? Say that again. Look what you just said. Ryan's about to fight an exhibition. Nobody cared. That's the difference. Tate fight an exhibition. People gonna care. You get me? You already this better than I do, or just as good, right? It matters for him. Like you already know he's essentially the bar in a lot of conversations and a lot of instances. So to see him pivot over and pit stop over to that, it's gonna be like, bro, what the hell you doing? You know what I mean? Not the face of boxing don't need a Jake Paul fight. Get what I'm saying? So that it'll be one of those things. But listen, whatever he do is what he do. Like I said, I can only support it or not. Yeah, Tank he got a different. You get what I'm saying? He commands the people. Ryan, not so much. He still got the imagination, but not the way Tank do. And we obviously know that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Damon back in the super chat. He says, crazy for a career undercard fighter to criticize someone who's headlined more than him in 26. Bill and Dev, I got you. I'm going to go to bat for my guy. Shout out to Damon. Like I said, I think the most important factor to me, for me, if I was the fighter, right, put myself in them shoes hypothetically, right? As long as my money is right, I don't give a damn about when he fighting or when I'm fighting. I could be the first fight on the card. As long as that money is right and I go out there and win and I can get, this win gets me back to that guy. That is the main event. Like who get Ryan, I said this before, Ryan might have got the first laugh, but Devin Haney is in a position where he can get the last laugh. It's all how he played. So it's cool to get the first laugh, but it's better to get the last one. And it's going to be a tough road all the way back. You got an obstacle before you even get to Ryan, right? And then that's a whole different puzzle that you got to solve. So it's really, truly up to him, bro. It's up to him and how they play their cards in these next couple fights is how people look at them as a unit and as a fighter. My dog Damon, man. Appreciate you, bro. So yeah, I don't think it matters, especially, excuse me, y'all. If he get through the fight and then get back to him, now y'all headlining again together. And if you beat him, and now that it's on the up and up, and nobody's no Osterine present, clean piss. Now you beat him. You ain't never got to fight that dude again. You don't got to go break no tiebreaker, even though they probably a call for it, but you ain't never got to deal with that dude again. But you're going to have to beat him for people to really look at you, I think, the way he wants to be looked at again, right? It's sad that you could take a loss and people like you soft. He's chinny. He don't got no heart. He's mentally broke. He's this. He's that. He's damaged goods. It's like he could shut all of that shit up by winning. You know what I'm saying? So it's all on him. It's all on him. They'll never forget about the lawsuit. Never. They'll never forget about it because people petty as hell. They'll never forget about it. But it will get to a point where it'll be like looked at as like you got to be hating to still be talking about that lawsuit if he's able to get past everything and get those wins, and you still keep trying to bring up the lawsuit. So it's up to him. Like he could create the space between that lawsuit and that fight 420 with the right kind of wins and just handling business. You know what I'm saying? And winning. Ryan was doing a fight in the exhibition because he was suspended. Yeah, it ain't. He was trying to cheat the system a little bit. ETB, find a way to stay active while he was suspended. That's what I thought he was doing. You know what I mean? Jay Graham, what it do, homie? Mr. Graham said, from what I saw in the first fight, Haney lost to Ryan because of his approach to the fight. Got caught up in the antics and underestimated Ryan. That's a fact. I believe so. You know what I mean? Focus Haney outboxes Ryan. He got to. Focus Haney with the right game plan. He got a very good chance at outboxing him because he did a lot of outboxing in the first fight. He just got to avoid those big shots and getting dropped a bunch of times, man. If he can, fix a couple technical errors, he'd be all right.
Sometimes that you gotta make sacrifices, and that's part of the game. We made that sacrifice because we wanted to keep it moving. We wanted to payday, and Turkey Al-Sheikh wanted Ryan Garcia on the main event, so we accepted it.
Bill, did you and Todd ever speak about that incident after it happened? Like, did he give you an explanation? Did he apologize? Was there any dialogue after that?
Yeah, he asked for a hug, but you know what I mean. That was no.
But I think he did that on camera. He did that on camera, though, right?
Yeah. Okay. Well, on camera, I don't know if I don't even know if that was another thing. Did the Zone post it?
Yeah. He was trying to hug you, and you were like, "Nah, man, nah."
Bill was serious. He ain't want to give Todd a hug.
No.
So y'all never spoke after that.
Because what he chose to do publicly, I didn't accept privately. Of course, you know what I mean. The press conference was viewed.
Hey, they're gonna learn. They're gonna learn sooner than later, Mr. Grandy. That boy know what he talking about. Fight your fight is all he be saying. Don't go out. Don't go out like Willie Lump trying to prove to the people that you something that you not, when you've been proving exactly what you are from this point on, and that should be more than enough for people that really support you. And if it's not, then so be it. You know what I mean? The people, it's sad to say that he went out trying to appease the people that really wanted to see him lose, which is why they would want him to fight a game plan where you step into him and trying to walk him down and knock him out. The only people that wanted you to fight that way wanted you to lose. So it's a lesson learned to not allow the people that don't truly genuinely support you anyway to dictate how you approach a fight. It's very silly to do. And that's what he did. You know what I mean? He allowed the outside world, him and his dad, to dictate, with this bravado, and I'm going to step to him. And nah, that shit was all wrong. And I think if you switch it up, pay attention to detail, make a couple of corrections from a technical standpoint, we might could get a different fight. Ryan is ain't the most disciplined guy either. It is plenty of holes in his game. So it's just all up to Devin. So we gonna see. I mean, how he bounced back gonna say a lot about him. And that's ultimately gonna be how people remember him, how he bounced back from that 420 fight.
Around the world. And I think that, that opportunity, had passed for him to be fair.
Got it. I did find the clip if you want to even listen to it. Took me forever,
Sure.
but I got it. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't find it, though. I'm glad you found it.
I'm leaning towards Ramirez. Only because I feel like he has to redeem himself.
Yeah, he does. And he's going to make those adjustments.
To get this opportunity.
It's do or die for him.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For both, actually.
For both.
Yeah, if Haney were to lose, bro,
Yeah. You gotta remember,
I think they both had.
Haney is coming off of.
I get what you're saying, and everything's right. Everything's right.
Regardless of whether.
But Haney has to make those adjustments too. Haney has something to prove as well.
Yeah.
And when you have a talented fighter like that, having to I gotta prove myself against a bully, because that's what Ramirez is gonna be. A bully, someone that's gonna pressure. Guess what? I'm a boxer.
Let me tell you something, bro. You know, in boxing, it's a way to come back.
This is what pissed Bill off, if y'all wondering. This is them playing a clip of what Rosado was saying when he was speaking about the fight.
Yeah, of course.
And I think Ramirez is the wrong guy to come back.
See?
Look, man.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying. That's my point.
I'm leaning towards Ramirez.
Okay,
Only because.
So that was it. So to me, again, I want to hear your thoughts. So how'd you take it?
Okay, because what I'm saying is, for a guy to say both of them, right? Devin has every motivation to come back, as well as Ramirez has to come back, right? They both have motivation.
Well, that's what Abner highlighted. Abner highlighted that a person as skilled as Devin will have more motivation.
Absolutely. And when you talk about, oh my God, it's going to be, because with a black fighter, it's going to be different. It's different. A black fighter he lost 17 times, and everybody never won a championship, and everybody is celebrating him. So what does that mean? How about you come out and say, fight your heart out? If he fights his heart out like I always did, that's the one thing that matters. See, we got to win. They just got to fight.
See, the thing is, ultimately, I'm going to keep it a buck. Shout out to Bill, man. Much love and respect to him, man. At the end of the day, they pretty much played what he said he was mad about. They played with the reason, he was up here to begin with. And ultimately, you can tell by his response, he ain't really got shit to be mad at. You can't control how people assess things and respond. They're not going to say it the way you see it, right? You the father, you the trainer. You got a different set of eyes. They talking from his vantage point, and that's a fighter. You keep talking about he lost, so he know a thing or two about losing and getting your ass beat and bouncing back. So that's what he was saying. This is a tough fight to bounce back, with. So y'all could really prove him wrong. He wasn't shitting on him when he was saying it. Let him finish talking. He was like, yo, just by that much, he leaning towards Ramirez. It wasn't some, your son ain't got a chance, but he like, yo, bouncing back off a two-time world champion, or I think he was unified. It was Ramirez, and that's the guy you coming back to off of, a tough ass fight with Ryan. That shit could be risky. That's what he's saying. He's taking that approach, and that's what you should want him to look at Ramirez like that kind of threat. So when y'all go out there and beat him, you can go back to that and say, see, this is the guy we beat. Can't nobody say, he was past it, right? At least Gabe can't say it. Gabe gave him credit for being dangerous and being the guy that we known Ramirez to be in the past. But in them last few fights, he ain't been looking like that guy. Get me? So I think Devin Haney got a better chance at bouncing back and looking like what he used to look like, as opposed to Ramirez, who's had several fights to do so and still ain't been able to. So we just got to see. So Bill just loved the hell out of his son, bro. He was a little sensitive with this situation. I think the sensitivity in this situation comes from two things, obviously. One being his son, and then the other one being that he wants everybody to strongly consider everything you say. Do not forget about the Osterine. If you're not constantly saying that, he going to have a problem with what you're saying. So he was being a little sensitive, but it's his son. So, hey, he got it.
Ain't that so different? Didn't say goddamn right.
Jay, y'all niggas just gotta fight, B.
That's all they gotta do. That's all they gotta do.
Right. Lion was good with it, bro. That's why I say he was looking at it wrong. I was Devin real quick, but that's about as much as I wanted y'all to hear, man. The rest of that is the rest of that. But for the most part, you've seen them go back and forth. But I think ultimately, people gonna have their different assessments on what they feel like the April 20th fight looked like, the reasons why it went wrong. They also gonna get their thoughts on what they think he is now after that fight and what could potentially happen in a fight with Jose Ramirez. I don't think It's a really big deal at all. You know what I mean? He, again, if you heard his explanation, it really didn't explain why he had the issue. He ended up agreeing more so than anything. He was just quick on the trigger and he wasn't really listening. He was just being a protector. And I think part of that is because he's been on go. Like Todd Grisham got a little bit of that too. He didn't really do nothing that he wasn't supposed to do to me. He just went off on him. And ultimately, when people giving their take on what they seen happen and it's not sounding like how he wanted to sound, he gonna have issue with it. And that's what you seen. Him having issue with it. It's not that big a deal. I don't think Devin was being shitted on with Gabriel Rosado response at all. I mean, I just think Bill just didn't like it. You know what I mean? He just didn't like it. Different eras, cats actually fought each other back then, and we respected for y'all, belt or no belt. Y'all cats not fighting each other anymore and only focus on the accolades. Trying to get the accolades without having to go through the mud. You know what I mean? Snatching up the whole bunch of calculated risk stuff is what people be doing nowadays, to be honest. That's what I be seeing. That's what I see. You know, that's what I see, man. Let's keep rolling though, man. Y'all smash the like button. Something else I wanted to bring up. I seen and I ain't gonna spend too much time on this because y'all know I don't really care about pay-per-view shit. Yeah, I really don't care all that much, but just for what it's worth, where is it at, man? I had a post in here with Dan Rayfield reporting that this pay-per-view numbers with Tank and Lamont Roach did somewhere around like 260K, 260 plus. And look, man, is it record-breaking pay-per-view buys? No, but I think that's decent, man, right? For a fight that people said they wasn't interested in at all, right? It did well. It did pretty solid, right? I think more people was interested in it than they let on. And on top of that, then they say they broke his own record at the gate. So look, I'm not big on talking about their money. I don't care. I could care less. But I feel like whenever you see a pay-per-view event do well, it's a representation of the entire sport, right? And how well we support it. And I think his drawing power has stayed pretty consistent with what it's been, right? 250, 260. That sound reasonable, right? But it's not bad. I don't think it's trash, right? And it all that tells me is the better the dance partner, the better the numbers I think will reflect. I think that's what it shows us, because if you could pull 260 with Lamont, which is not bad at all. I think he did like what 250 something with Rolly, didn't he? So if you can pull in them type of numbers with a guy that's not even in the weight class that people claim and swore up and down that they wasn't watching it, then if you fighting one of the top guys at 35, the Shakurs of the world, I think those numbers, I don't want to say double, but I think they do significantly better than that. So I think, Tank has been in a rare situation where he ain't had to have the biggest name in the ring with him, but he's still able to draw numbers and, sell tickets and things. So for me, I feel like the better way to take advantage of that now is to fight those absolute best guys, because I think the better the dance partner, the better the numbers, obviously. The better the show, more anticipation behind it. I think, you fighting guys that people actually feel like have a chance. I think that overall brings more attention to the show. So hopefully that's what we'll get, after they get their rematch on. But the rematch shit, that is crazy because it low-key turned into like a legacy fight for him, because he rematching his dudes, and he never had the rematch. So it's a lot to decipher with these fights, man. Bill, shout out to Signature Sounds. Bill, fundamental to his son's success, yet detrimental to his son's popularity. Let's talk from Bill, the better. That's a good point. That's a really good point. Yeah, because I think all the interviews don't do him a service, right? Like this one, I don't think really did. So we'll see. KJ was good with it. More than Ryan versus Devin. Gonna do a little better. I think it was gonna do a little better. Shit, not me. And I mean, I ain't really have no real expectations, but the reason I say not me is because, it's consistent with what he been doing, right? And like I said, I think what tips those numbers over the scale, like you seen it with Ryan. That was lightning in the bottle, but you seen it. It was a name. And it was like, oh shit, okay, he fight Ryan, even if he accomplished or not, just the name, right? And it got people going. So I feel like you do that again. Maybe guys ain't Ryan per se, right? But it's no way that your fight don't do well with another champion in a unification and somebody that has really thought of really having a chance at beating you. So you can see. We're gonna see. It's a good thing. Doesn't make Tank look less. No, it don't. Nah, that's good. It's cool because it's consistent with what he been doing, right? So like he ain't no falling off. People said it was gonna tank, it was gonna do bad. No pun intended. He said it wasn't gonna do good at all. So like I said, I'm not into all exaggerating any numbers. I feel like people, use Dan Rayfield as a source any other time, right? So what's the difference in this situation where you start talking about the numbers and at 200? So I had it in here. I don't know what the hell I did with the post. I don't know where the hell I put it at. There's a lot. I'll be having so much stuff in here. What did I do with this? I thought I had it. Let me see. That's Raymond Ford and Bruce Carrington going in on each other. Thought I had it in here, man. It's in my phone somewhere. Then if I ain't put it here, but yeah, that's what was being reported. Y'all probably could go look up there and say Dan Rayfield says that Ryan versus Devin did around 450. That ain't bad, but who knows? Nah, that definitely ain't bad. Definitely ain't bad if they was able to do that. But for me, when I talk about the numbers, like I always try to come from the standpoint, I love the boxing, right? I love to see people winning, get your money, go out there, get your wins, be successful. But when the overall sport is doing good, it's a good sign, right? So I like to see pay-per-view events do well. I just never understood why people would root for a fight to do bad. Like, why would you want it to do bad? You get me? So it's just crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's really crazy. But we're going to keep rolling, man. So like I said, 260K wouldn't be too crazy. I feel like the better the name, the more known the name, the better the numbers overall. Bruce Gas, peace to the OG. How you feeling? J Walk, what's good with it? And Devin Wins and Tank put them on the undercard for his next fight. That'll be a huge card. Yeah, it would, if they could put it together. Yeah, it would. Ego aside, it's about getting that money and taking advantage of the best opportunities provided to you. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's a million pay-per-views for Ryan and Dad. I don't know. I just know. I think it got a real chance of doing better than the first one. Just all the controversy and shit surrounding it. It's hard for people to ignore, like all of that shit that led up to it, and especially if they fight on the same card and get wins the right kind of way, it sets the table perfectly for that fight to come. You know what I mean? So it's up to them. It's all how they handle business. But again, shout out to boxing, man. At 260,000 plus bought that fight. Good. Like I said, just keep fighting. The better the opponent, we can keep seeing better numbers boxing and keep winning. I think that's something that's been proven over time. When you give people the right fight, especially at the right time, I think the viewing public will support it. You know what I mean? Even with the fact that people still fight, you still gonna have people that's gonna want to support the sport. But you got those people that's real wishy-washy with boxing, bro. Like they'll look for any reason to steal a fight and not support it. So, you know what I mean? Boxing has a responsibility if they want our money to give us our money's worth. You get what I'm saying? Too much talent in boxing to be putting on mediocre cards and then charging high price points for it, especially when you got guys like Turkey floating around with $30 pay-per-views, bro. You gotta be on point. Not an undercard. No, facts. Nah, yeah, for sure. Hell yeah, it do. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all smash that like button too if y'all haven't, man. I really hope Gary Twan 2 unification. That'd be perfect. Perfect spot for it. Roach definitely bigger. Media run, yeah. The media run, the controversy. Yeah. I wish you watched it. They broke. You know what I mean? I was trying to stall them out, LaMarcus. I was trying to stall them out. But that's how they be. They be looking for any reason. And look, I level with people. Like, I ain't saying it's cool to be bright, but I've been there, right? So I know what it's like, but it's like some people look for any reason to steal a fight anyway, right? And you ain't trying to pay for it no way. But I think the real ones, man, when you really get people what they ask for, they're gonna support it. Also to be rolling by the Rolling Stones by small margins. Very good. Yeah. They was right behind the Rolling Stones. Yeah, right behind the Rolling Stones. So yeah, I think overall the event did good. I wasn't there, but we called the fight. It looked like a zoo in there. It made the ring look small with so many people out there. So that's what I just like to see for boxing, not just for one fighter. It was a bunch of guys that competed on the card, but the overall event doing what it's supposed to do is good. And the reason why I say that, because I'm about to segue into this short video with one of the PBC haters. And he was saying how Tank Davis's career is over if he doesn't do X, Y, and Z. So I know he's not a popular guy, but people know him, and this shit just this type of energy need to be studied. Like I just don't know what sparks a lot of this energy from this guy. I never understand it, and it'd be so much negative. Like he pretty much said Tank Davis' career is over if he don't do. You know, so I'm gonna play this video. Hey, I smashed that like button. We're gonna keep rolling, man. We're gonna cook for a little bit more. Baby Do is in the house. He's gonna say what's up. Pretty sure y'all gonna hear him in a second.
Tank Davis, best fighter in the world. Where the hell is Leonard Ellaby at? We went through a whole Tank Davis press tour and fight, and I ain't seen no Leonard Ellaby tweet, interview. I guess he out in Vegas playing them gambling bets, I heard, you know. He can't sell no Floyd Mayweather fight tickets no more. I don't know what he gonna do, man. And you're gonna see him selling cars in a little bit. You're gonna see Leonard Ellaby selling cars in a little bit, man. Yeah, you're gonna see him selling something.
Fred B-Dog, Fred.
Something. He gonna be selling waistline teeth.
Yeah, he don't have no love for nothing over there in PBC.
You know. He might serve as a Isley Brothers
signature.
Double, you know, in the Isley Brothers docu-film. I don't know, man. The point I want to make is I saw a clip on Instagram.
Right.
Of Mike Tyson. Oh, not Mike Tyson. I mean, Tank Davis biting Lamont Roach. I told you how this is going to end. He's a very immature child. He's a 30-year-old child that they have protected. He's very immature. He lashes out for no reason. He's jumping around, becoming a Muslim.
What it do, homie?
He has no identity. You rarely ever see him with his kids.
See, this is the thing for me. I've learned to take this shit for what it is, right? I play these things for a reason because we get a lot of misplaced, quote unquote, what people deem as hate. And look, I ain't out to call nobody a hater, but this shit need to be studied. This at another level. I always could find something good out of it because I just don't see it this way. And it's not about the criticism. You can have your criticism. You can say you need to see the fights and all of that stuff is cool. Nothing's wrong with it, but it sounds personal. Like Tank personally pisses people off just by living his life the way he chooses to live it. That's why I take a much different approach. I keep it boxing when it comes to him. You know what you want to see. You know what fights. You know what matchups. We get that. But I also understand when he say things like he wanted to get in boxing to change the situation, his money, X, Y, and Z. Like I get all of that. So I have my criticism, but I feel like it's fair. You know what I'm saying? I don't sit up and do this type of shit and talk about, you know, gambling debts and, you know, he's a child. And it's like, we just don't have enough respect for the sport that we say we fuck with, that we love. Like we just don't. And these be like little personal attacks that be launched. You know what I'm saying? Doing interviews because it was no question he wouldn't ask. Yeah, now for sure. And some of the stuff he'll say might have validity to it too, but he'll dress it up with the BS, and that's to kind of kill it all. So this ain't too long, y'all. This ain't gonna be no 40-minute interview. I just wanted to make sense out of this shit. I just wanted y'all to
rarely ever see him holding a woman's hand. You've never heard him talk about love. It's always pain. His whole corner failed him, from Barry Hunter to Calvin Ford to Kenny. What's Kenny's last name?
How did they fail him? How?
I'm going to give you some advice, man. You can take it or leave it.
I want to know how. Because
y'all share this.
I mean, you're successful 30 straight times. 30 straight times. 30, 30, 3-0. 30 straight times. This is why I say I do math. This is not about a protection of the fighter. I got to say that as a disclaimer. This is about boxing. Because we say we love this shit, but everything that come out our mouth be like negative. So yeah, you could talk your shit and critique these guys, but it's a way to do it, man. It's a way to do it. Like, people go below the belt, they go left field. Like, we never sit down and ask ourselves what the fighters want. Like, most of the conversations and the rhetoric that's spewed is based off what you feel like the fighter should be doing versus what he actually is doing. Imagine that. We're in a world only in boxing where we get so emotionally vested in the sport, where we feel like we really can tell these guys what to do and when to do it. And when they don't, the criticism just rain down. It get crazy. Like, it just don't be that deep. All I'm saying is, what is it that this young man is doing to these people at home personally that's making them take this approach where it color outside the lines of boxing? And it don't sound like you trying to give game, no constructive criticism whatsoever. It's just straight like, let me just shit on the man and tell y'all how he ain't this and he ain't that. Y'all know y'all know this always get a reaction out of me. Shit like this always get a reaction out of me because it go so far away from the message that I push over here. Why we can't just build the sport and have our criticisms too? We could be tough and thorough with our critiques, but at a point, it just start to sound like you spewing hatred and bullshit, and you sitting up here being bothered by what another man is doing with his career that has no effect, no bearing on anything you got going on. So I'm not saying don't have your criticisms and talk your shit, but where the hell is shit coming from? Because why does it sound so personal? Like, did he hit your baby mom? And when I say hit, I don't mean hit physically. I mean, did he, like, you get me? Just make me think, like, is y'all girlfriends love watching them fight or something? Why y'all be so mad at this dude? It don't even be that serious. Like, call it what it is. Call them out for not fighting who it is, but they be like digging. Like, they be trying to like dig further than boxing with this kid. And I don't get it. It ain't that deep to me. I want to see him fight all them guys too, but shit, I ain't about to do this. But hey, everybody got they thing, and shout out to him. He doing this thing, but I just do math. 30 times they were successful. The one time that you don't get the W like you typically do I get to look at your team and be like, y'all failed them? Because like let's just be real, and I'm gonna let this play through because I'm gonna try not to stop it. But failing is losing a fight will be considered failure. Like, you serious? Like, I get it, a loss, but is it truly failure though when you've been successful so many other times? Sometimes people have your number. Sometimes you take a loss. This shit is boxing. It's competitive sport. It's hard to keep winning. I know it is. It's hard to keep winning. So that's all I be saying. Like, I get it, but damn, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, by the fact that definitely not innocent. Not gonna get me to say that, because I had a different conversation about that too. I had to call out the super fans about a week or two ago myself about the shit that they just let slide. But my focal point here is particularly what he's saying. Like, you can say these things, but what sparks you to say this? Like, why? Is it a personal? Like, are you really trying to give game? Do you want people to know? Like, is this some FYI? Because it just always sounds like he done something personally to you. You get what I'm saying? So definitely not innocent, but I just don't understand how somebody living their life pisses people off the way it do. And this is any fighter. It just so happened to be on him because of this one fight. And I think people are over exaggerating what actually happened. Like, having a draw in a fight is not exactly a failure. It's a lot worse situations than that draw that took place on March 1st. You get me? For me. So I want to be clear. Don't take this as me saying he's innocent or I'm protecting him, but these conversations just don't really do it for boxing for me. And I come across these things how I don't know, but also give people an opportunity to see what it sound like when somebody don't really like this shit, because I don't think he really like this shit at all. But we're gonna get through this and we're gonna keep pushing.
As you can see, I'm in my
Smash
own
the like
gym,
button, y'all.
so I don't give a damn how you feel about me. I don't give a damn. What I'm gonna tell you is this.
Yeah, right.
Tank, if you don't go to Kevin Cunningham, Your slim chance of life after boxing turns into no chance for life after boxing. I'm serious.
So he's saying if you don't go to Kevin Cunningham, it's over for him. Like your life after boxing is and I can't. It's hard to look at it like that because they haven't been super successful with Calvin and Kenny. They have been. They wasn't even in their natural positions this particular camp for whatever reason. I don't care to get into that. Whatever personal stuff, that's for them to figure out. They'd be all right. But it's like I think things need to get back to what we've been seeing and then go from there. You get what I'm saying? I don't look at it as a failure quite yet. It's, somebody fought a good fight. Somebody was coming in there to win. That's what happens sometimes. So I don't know. I don't see it as Kevin Cunningham just being the answer for everything. I don't think it's an issue with the coaches. I don't think maybe it was too many voices at one time and maybe some other distractions taking shape. But ultimately, I've seen him be very successful with Coach Calvin, Coach Kenny. I've seen him be successful with Barry Hunter as well. I've seen him be successful with Coach Kevin Cunningham. I've seen it. So I think when you at that level, all those guys know him. So they know how to, get him to respond. So I just think on that night, it was what it was. You had a guy in there that knew him that wasn't going. He wasn't going for that shit. They had a good ass fight, a close fight. I don't chalk it up as quite a failure though. Because what are we saying if you can't have close fights, if you can't lose in boxing? You know what I mean? Maybe on some sports shit is failure, but he makes it seem like that's life. It's over. Like, here, you see, they just failed you. You better go get Kevin Cunningham. And again, I say this because this is the same energy that people had with Derrick James or for Derrick James the minute Errol Spence lost to Terrence Crawford. You got people getting in interviews talking about how the hell did Derrick James win Trainer of the Year, man? How did he get that? And it just got crazy. And I'm like, damn, one loss, and we get the question why a guy got Trainer of the Year, but not all of the wins that led up to him getting Trainer of the Year. One loss, and it's like we get the question everything is. And that's all I'm saying. It's just purely some boxing shit. Like, why we can't look at boxing for what it is? Why guys can't have close fights without it being more than what it is? It's sports, bro. You're not going to win them all, simply put, either. And everybody ain't getting knocked out. And some people ain't scared, and they do want to win. Lamont Roach was checked every last one of those boxes. You know what I'm saying? Malaza was good with it. Let's keep going, man. I'm going to try not to stop and let this
When I've ever seen you. I've seen you coming well under the weight. Yeah, you were close to it, but I don't think you're training. I'm going to keep it a buck. I grew up in the crack era, crack epidemic. I'm not implying that Tank is doing crack. That's not what I'm implying. I'm going to say Tank is not living a healthy life because his emotions are not balanced. He's all over the place emotionally. So I know he's not living a fighter's lifestyle. I know he's not Marvin Hagler.
Yeah, Reef, they mad at him doing interviews.
Purses and nails, and I've never seen your daughters. How old are your daughters, Tank?
Shit, with the way y'all talk about a guy after they have a close fight or a draw, dare I say, well, imagine what would have been said if he lost. I would keep my family out of the limelight too. The internet world is bogus.
Like I said, I'm in my home gym. You can like me, you can love me, you can hate me. But one thing you gonna see, Team Hawthorne. Since day one. I didn't watch it, but I saw
skip through some of this show. I don't
Coach
know.
Malachi
skip through some of it.
Say something about an old Tank Davis fan. That sums it up. Pretty much sums it up. The purple lip community is Tank Davis fans.
Right. Shout out to my baby girl.
Tank Davis fans is the reason why Baltimore looks like Baltimore. You know how they do in Baltimore. That's why it looks like that. Because of Tank fans.
That's crazy.
Don't you get it?
And he blame the reason Baltimore is the way it is because of Tank fans is the wildest shit I've ever heard. I'm sorry.
I know I'm your resident coon.
Baltimore was Baltimore way before Tank was even Tank.
Black people so dumb and misled. They don't even know the story about Uncle Tom.
Haney. Nah, I'm gonna check it out, the Butcher. I heard
Maybe
about
I should
it.
tell that story one day. Nah, y'all Google it. Just Google it. All that life.
Man, I'm done. I can't do no more. I'm sorry, y'all. It was only 9 minutes, but I'm not listening to overall. What he was saying was, Tank is not training or living a healthy life. He was close on weight, but he ain't living right, which is why he was like that. But at the same token, if that is the case, let's just entertain that for a second. Let's say if that is the case, then how would it be up to Kevin Cunningham to change that for him? You get what I'm saying? If what he going through is self-inflicted. So again, it's easy to point the finger. It's easy to say who's to blame. It's easy to say what to fix it. But it's a whole other thing that really truly identify whatever the issue is. And the fact remains is like the moral of the story is people are overreacting from a close fight and they treating it like it's, life and death in there. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not the end of the world if the man was to lose a fight. That's all I'm saying. And people get up here and they just talk reckless and ridiculous, make all types of weird ass statements. Like, you wouldn't see my kids the way y'all be acting and talking, yo. So why would you see me with them? Like, I don't know you. I'm not cool with you. Everything ain't for social media. Like, get your ass out of here, man. That's weird. So, like I said, I don't think Kevin Cunningham going there is a bad move, but I don't think that's something that he has to do or his career is over. I don't quite see it like that. I think the three-headed monster that him, Calvin, and Kenny is always going to be good. I rock with it. You know what I'm saying? I think that it wasn't never broke, so it don't need to be fixed. So whatever issue that they have, I hope they figure it out. I just don't see how people can sit up and have that type of hate for the man. It's not that deep, bro. It's boxing. But like I said, like it's like Tank be getting y'all emotional to the point where y'all would actually tear him down. A close fight? We doing all this over a close fight? You can't have a close fight? Yo, imagine if he lost. I wonder what they'd be saying. Who failed him then if he lost? It's a boxing match, bro. That's you gonna win, you gonna lose, you might draw. The latter happened. They had a draw, which is gonna lead to another great fight. And y'all know my stance. I'm just due for real. I want to get boxing its proper credit. I just don't see how we can. We're missing it. It already was enough controversy in the fight, which is kind of cool because it shit sell and it's gonna lead to, I think, more people being tuned into a rematch, right? But it's too much negativity that came from a guy just having a draw. From all of that, they like, yo, his career is over if he don't go to Kevin Cunningham. He was on weight. But that's not because he's not living a healthy lifestyle. He's not training. It's just like, bro, how do we know all of this? Damn, do y'all be with Tank? Like, do you be with him in your personal time? I don't get it, man. Just I say, man, this shit just don't be about boxing no more. And y'all know these kind of conversations kind of piss me off a little bit. So look, it's not about protecting no fighters. It's more so about boxing. I just don't see how we got all this negative energy from a close fight. So what? It ain't Kevin Cunningham to save the day. I ain't trying to hear that shit. I seen that man smoke 30 other people before this situation. I'm not about to overreact the first time he had a good one. Somebody actually stood up and fought and didn't go get knocked out. So what? I wonder what happens, and I'm not saying this is what happened, but what happens if they rematch and he knocks him out in a rematch? Then what? Do you walk it all back and now his career is not over? Like, and then when if he do it without Kevin Cunningham? Then what? Like, I don't know, man. I think the answer is simple, man. Get back in there, tighten up on some shit, Gervonta. We know we've seen more locked in performances. I don't think it was an off night. I just think we've seen a more focused fighter, right? His trainer said that. So I think when it's all said and done, he'll prove that in a rematch, bro. He'll prove it in a rematch, man. Let me skip him. A shout out to my dog. Yeah, Fred Wild. Shout out to the OG. How you feeling, OG? Good to see you as always, man. So what happens if Tank lose? Shit, the internet break and people go to trashing them and talking about, see, I told you so, PBC, Hype Tribe, Prospect, all the same corny bullshit that they've been saying about him. You know what I mean? It's get redundant, but look, it's a good conversation. I mean, shit, losses are a good thing in boxing sometimes. They bring the best out of you. In this situation, he didn't have to lose. Maybe a draw or a close call brings the best out of him. Maybe that's what it does. You just don't know. So I think you just got to let a guy bounce back from any situations. In boxing nowadays, we don't allow a fighter to bounce back. When you lose a close fight, anything, You don't even have to have an off night, and it's like, yo, it's over for him. He's done. He got to do all of this, and you act like he went out there and got embarrassed, and the fight was just like he got walked through or something. This shit was like, you get what I'm saying? Nip and tuck. So, you know what I mean? Is pick your poison as to who you thought really won the fight, but I don't think it calls for people to overreact in a way where you got to take away from everything that he's did. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Anthony Mitchell, beat it, bro. Beat it, bro. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me take care of this, man. I hate ignorance, bro. Because you'll get what you're looking for today. I'm gonna just let you slide because we've been building this whole stream. So, Marshawn West, peace to the queen. How you feeling? So, who he fight next is Roach. He fight Roach next, and he shut up all the people that overreacting because you seen a close fight. So that's what this is about. It's a close fight. You gonna see him. I feel like if you seen him more regularly, people will stop tripping out. You know what I mean? And again, maybe we'll stop, rating guys 22-1 underdogs. Maybe we'll stop doing weird shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Maybe we'll stop, putting guys 22-1 underdogs and not respecting the fact that they can fight too. And that's really what the problem is. And I'm about to get a little pissed off because the ignorance is the fact that people didn't want to give Lamont Roach credit for being a fighter that he was. And nobody is Superman. And when you found that out, everybody overreacted. Now all of a sudden it's Tank ain't living healthy and his career over if he don't go to Kevin Cunningham. Man, shut up. I seen him and Coach Calvin beat many a ass together as a unit with Coach Kenny in the corner. I ain't trying to hear that. That's not going to be, what is that, the Band-Aid to fix what a close fight was? What is he going to transform him into another fighter? Hell no. Tank's still going to be Tank. And we know the saying, the focused Tank is a dangerous Tank. And the more focused he is, the more dangerous he is. Maybe it was some things some T's he ain't crossed, some I's he ain't dot. I don't know, but I don't think it was a bad night. I don't think it was an off night. I think it was two guys, giving us a high level, chess match, and people just not used to seeing it happen when you tank. We didn't see the melatonin get administered. We didn't see the backflip off the top rope. So you got these ignorant ass people overreacting like he can't have a close fight. Why? Everybody got flaws. Everybody, you're not gonna have your best night every night. You're not. And when you don't, it's boxing fans that get up and they, see, I told you. He's not focused, and now he ain't healthy. Now you're talking about his daughters. Like, this shit don't even be boxing no more. Tank really be pissing y'all off. And that's when you wonder why. That's where I level with him when he be talking about just getting the hell up out of here. Because the way people be talking with them type of comments, not the boxing criticism, just the personal shit. Like, I just never understood it. Only with him. So, but he do got some crazed ass fans too, man. I got a couple of them in my inbox, man. They wild. Yeah, dude, I hate weird ass people. You gonna come here and try to tell me how to do my live stream, man. Hit the bricks, goofy. Shout out to the queen. Appreciate the 10-piece. Much love. Tell me how to talk about how we do what we do. This is what we do over here. We stop, we break shit down over here. Don't worry about what we doing. You know what I mean? You ain't part of the
we ain't never got to box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Think it was fully focused? He could have been. Could have been. I just don't want to create these talking points where we just taken away from the fighter. You know what I'm saying? I think he was focused too. I mean, I thought the fact that think about it, the reason people were saying he was on weight was because he was focused. Now we got people saying after the fight, because it was a close one, now it went from him being focused and on weight to him not being healthy, which is why he was so down in weight. Man, I ain't trying to hear that. Tank, man, shut these people up. For the haters I'm speaking to, not for the people that got real criticism, just for them people that go personal and scribble outside the lines of boxing, man. I think that shit is lame and it's weak. You know what I'm saying? Ozell, shout out to you. Nah, he kind of pissed me off. I almost went left, but yeah, I'm gonna let him make it a little bit. I had to get him up out of here, man. Can't give Lamont Roach's props. That's the problem, man. Because it's Tank bad lifestyle, the reason of a draw. I can't really speak to his lifestyle because I don't know. I mean, I seen a little video with the smoking shit. I seen that. I seen the post that the guy put out that tried to, like, I don't know, expose him when it was going back and forth. I seen that stuff. I mean, look, everybody got shit they do in their personal life. It could be that. I mean, it could be, but I can't tell you that I would know. How would I know? I don't know what it could be. But look, ultimately, I'm not tripping over no close ass fight. He just sent Frank Martin to the shadow realm a fight ago. Now we about to lose our minds because this guy didn't go to the shadow realm. If he go the next time, like I said, then what? So I'm not overreacting. Maybe if I see if I see another close fight, I ain't tripping. I need more than a close fight to say the shit that people are saying about this man. You get what I'm saying? I don't think it's that deep. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see, man. This is why you have rematches. Peace to the Queen of Rain. How you feeling? This is why we have rematches, and they gonna have one, and it'll all be forgotten, bro. All be dead. We'll forget about all this BS. But y'all smash the like button. Let's keep rolling, man. One last thing I wanted to talk about before we get out of here. I was gonna play it, but I don't even feel like playing through it. I'll just talk about it, man. Ryan Garcia did this, this interview with Akin Barak, and he talked about some of the drinking and partying. I guess the way he was leading up to the Devin fight. He said he did a bunch of shrooms. He talked about how he got locked up and all these different things. Right. And I noticed that, for this particular buildup with this Rolly fight, he seems to be more in control emotionally. He seemed like he more in check. Right. I wonder if this is the new version of Ryan, or is any of those old habits going to die hard? Because there's no way you're going to tell me that you were just, one camp removed of just, drinking, partying. You said smoking shrooms, you drinking, drugging, like you're not living like a fighter. So you see how people will bring up Earl Spence and his personal life, drinking this and that, and how it affected his career. But the same could be said for Ryan, and he's openly telling you about the things that he's doing, and doing it so much so, I think he said up to the night of the fight, he was drinking. You get what I'm saying? All I'm saying is if any of those habits come back, he gonna find it. He gonna ruin himself. He gonna ruin himself big time. I think he gonna put himself in a position where he mess around and don't make it back to a Devin Haney fight. It's us looking at Devin Haney like he got the risky fight, but Ryan is the guy that's been undisciplined, that's been untrustworthy, right? The dude that you can't really get a read on because he all over the place. So I feel like at the end of the day, if he is in fact locked in, if this energy that he's showing us is an example of him, turning over a new leaf, then cool, good. But you just never know with this dude. And like I said, man, at what point do his lifestyle catch up to him? Because I mean, you seen how the man voice was changing. I mean, he was looking rough with this Devin Haney build up. I mean, it just looked crazy. He sounded crazy in some of these interviews. He was all over the place. I don't think those issues just go away. So all I'm saying is if the energy he's showing us now is really who he about to show us from here on out, I think that's good for him. But I truly hope it ain't an act. You get what I'm saying? I know people saying he's fighting, on a turkey card, so he gonna bring his best behavior. I don't know if that's the case, man. Ryan is pretty unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? And Rolly ain't really giving the energy that he used to give. So I don't see a reason for Ryan to act the way he did against Devin. So hopefully he is focused. I hate to hear an athlete, I mean, listen, you got a life to live, but I hate to hear an athlete talking about smoking and drinking actively through training camp. I think that's crazy. Like, you don't have no respect for the sport, man, and you take things for granted. So my question is, does any of this shit show up on fight night against Rolly? You get what I'm saying? I know people don't expect much from him, but shit, you don't know what to expect from Ryan, whether that's good or bad. So, even with him beating up Devin Haney the way he did in that fight, look how, undisciplined he was in those rounds where he wasn't doing much and, fighting for air. He just looked out of shape bad. Like, remember, that's the same guy. And he also said that he's not training with Reynoso. He got his dad and his father in the corner. I mean, his dad and his brother in the corner. How much would that play a factor? Like, do we even need a trainer at this point? Or is they just going to overlook that because they're getting in there with Rolly? So just don't know, man. Just don't know what to expect from that dude. I hope this energy he's showing is what he show us from here on out, because I'm kind of at my end with Ryan, man. Him and Tio kind of in the same boat for me, and I really don't fancy them two guys too much. So let's see. We're gonna find out. May 2nd, may it be here sooner than we think. Shit, March. We at the end of March now, man. May it be right here, and we get to see it, man. He said Rolly for the KO. Big watch Rolo. Big watch Rolo. Man, I don't know, man. It's hard to bet on Rolly, man, right now. He just looked like a shell of himself. He don't look like the same dude he was. And he ain't showing the same energy. I ain't confident that he's confident, right? He don't make me feel like he confident in this fight. He just like he going along with the show. So I don't know, man. Ryan Garcia, he got a ways to go, man. Like I said, if he's abusing his body like that with the drinking and the smoking, at some point that shit gonna show up in the ring. I don't care what you say. You get me? So it ain't just Errol Spence. Like, again, see how guys said it about Tank a minute ago without even no evidence. They just saying Tank ain't healthy. It's crazy. But Ryan get on camera and actively tell you that he took a whole lot of shrooms and he was drinking and all through out through the training camp and the night of the fight, and nobody has that kind of energy for him. So that's why I say, man, it's like night and day with Tank. Anything he do, it pisses people off in a way that it shouldn't. Ryan is like, oh, that's Ryan. Nah, why we don't look at it like that when it's Tank? Oh, it's just Tank being Tank. Nah, Ryan, it's just Ryan. You know, he crazy. It ain't that. He irresponsible. And he's admitting to, drinking and drugging actively in training camp. And nobody has, 9 or 10 minutes to spare their life to talk about how he need to get his situation together. And that's the part that kills me. Tank's career is over just because he had a close fight if he don't go back to Kevin Cunningham. Ryan Garcia is actively drinking, smoking, talking about shrooms, all types of shit, getting locked up. You get all this stuff happen, and he don't need to make these changes or his career ain't over. You see what I'm saying? I just don't like it. I hate it. And he doing this shit on a large scale, and he letting you know he doing it. Now, he sounded remorseful, but you just never know with this dude. You never know. Bro, it looks like he being knocked out. It's always on his mind now. Yeah. It's in the back of his mind. Getting slept, getting punched on. I mean, it was a tough run for him. He got his brain shook by Tank. Then he got in sparring. And got dropped by Jahan Ingram, and then he got in the ring with Big Watch Barroso and almost got sent to meet him until he got saved by the referee. So he had a tough little stretch, man. Until Teofimo Lopez family can get deported. You stupid, bro. I think the old man Barroso's get tired versus Rolly. I think Rolly got he got through a life preserver in that fight, man. He got shot some bail, and the rest he was able to handle. Barroso is an older guy, so you know what I mean. And again, they was able to rob him because he an old dude where nobody gonna go kicking and screaming when he don't get a win. You get me? Oh, we'll see. May 2nd to be coming. Like I said, Ryan got a long ways to go before he showed me that he where he need to be. Yeah, I think that's real. I think he really do suffer with, being bipolar. That's why I don't just chalk him up. I don't just say he crazy. I don't like to just say that about people. You know what I mean? I think mental health is real. That's something that he's talked about. So I feel like that stuff still lingers too. But I feel like when you add drugs and substances to the mix, kind of is the shit that had him acting a little outside his body. You know what I'm saying? But a focused Ryan, I think, is a good fighter, and it's fun to watch. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always wanted to know what it'll look like if he actually lock in fully and just commit to the sport, like die hard, like, you know what I mean? Just completely lock in. And I thought we was going to see it with Derrick James, but that shit was just like a flash in the pan. It just didn't last. And I think the personalities ultimately don't mesh. Take crack Rolly chin, Barroso shattered it for sure. Barroso would have stopped. Rolly had that fight continue. Yeah, that knockdown. And Rolly was given a gift with his knockdown. Big Watch Barroso was about to do him one bad, man. I'm trying to tell you. Big Watch Barroso was about to do him filthy, G. He about to do him really bad, man. Really bad, man. He was saved by the ref, man. And now Big Watch Barroso had never had that same opportunity again because he went and got knocked out recently. So that's it for him. So I really dislike when a foreigner disrespect any or our American groups. Man, that's boxing for you. Some people just weird like that, man. What I come to realize in this little stretch doing this, having this channel, is most people that talk boxing don't really enjoy it the way they say they do. Ryan's form was always trash. He got better with Derek, but now I really can't stand him. Yeah, I mean, he made some subtle improvements, man. It seemed like with Derek James, but he didn't see it through. Like he came over there and steered the pot, made some noise and then scrammed. Like he left the trail on his way out. You know what I'm saying? So I just never thought his personality meshed to begin with. So I was always surprised that he was with Derek James. But I thought that was because he was taking things more seriously and he was going buckle down and really lock in and get the most out of his career. Like, I don't think people realize how talented Ryan actually is. And if he was more disciplined and committed, I think that should just be scary. Because the dude got all the speed he would need, got all the power he'd need, and just fixing, improving technically and from a fundamental standpoint, and him being more disciplined, like as a fighter, sticking to a game plan, being able to execute, that dude, Ryan Garcia would be a damn problem. He even without it, he's still a problem. He a dangerous fight for dudes. He a dangerous fight. He probably won't lose too much in his career when it's all said and done, Ryan Garcia. I don't think he'll stick around and take a shit ton of losses anyway, but I think only the right kind of fighter is going to beat him, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't think no run-of-the-mill guys beating him. I think top-tier talent deal with Ryan, right? I don't think no run-of-the-mill talent is going to be enough for him. And that says a lot about him. So it'll take a certain caliber of fighter, I think, to deal with everything that he brings to the table. Get what I'm saying? Like the smart guys, the tanks. Even you see how Devin Haney was looked at as one of the smartest fighters in the world, but see how that shit goes. So, that left from hell. When you got Roy Jones, Mr. Captain Hook himself vouching for that left, it's real. It's real. So let's see it, man. If his dad is the one training him, I don't know how that's gonna look in the fight. I don't know if it's gonna look like, Ella Beasy been locked up. Oh shit, damn. Might be question 2. Crazy news. JDM was good with it. Shout out to EJ, man. Hopefully we see him back this year, man. Hopefully we see him back this year. You can just say it, just Rolly don't have a damn chance to beat Ryan. I don't know if it's that a chance that he don't got, right? But his chances, like are his chances of realistically winning the fight? Now, the sparring footage the sparring went the way it went. We seen that, but I just don't think the fight is going to look like the sparring. But you just never know. Like, just don't forget, though, despite of what we thinking about them as far as like talent and where they at, don't forget the fact that they familiar with each other and that those type of fights sometimes play out a certain way when you know each other. So there's that element there. I don't know, man. If Rolly can get past that left hook or around it, might be on to something, man. But I definitely don't lean towards him winning the fight. I just think him being unpredictable, you never know. You know what I mean? He had Tank with some in some moments, right? The way he had to figure out this wild aggressive. So, but I just don't think he that no more. I don't think he that same guy physically. So I don't know. I don't know. His best chance, he got to knock Ryan out. Like, there's no scenario where he outboxes him, to me. Unless he just go in there and beat him up. You know what I'm saying? Even then, he probably, this got to end in a knockout. It's got to end in a knockout. Shout out to my baby girl, the queen, Miss Just Do, as we wrapping up, man. Shout out to everybody that rocked out, that stayed to the end of the show. Y'all know how we do over here. And shout out to the OG. Always good to see Fanon pop up in the building. My baby girl said, put some color in the chat. This guy is giving their fighters their Just Do. Support the channel. Who is next to put the color in the chat. Don't be a duck. Oh, she calling y'all out, y'all. She calling y'all out, y'all. We'll see. Shout out to my baby girl. Exactly. Yeah, he got KO on my. I don't see no scenario where he outboxed Ryan for what is it? Is it 12-round fight? I don't even know. Ain't it a belt on the line? So yeah, I don't know. Ryan fast as hell too, man, and he hit hard for sure. But Rolly could punch too, but his confidence seems shaken. He don't seem like the same guy. Like, and that's not good. You get what I'm saying? Anything less than being Rolly is not good. And like I said, these last couple fights, he been very different. His approach ain't the same. Like like behind the hand say, it seemed like he's worried about getting punched or caught. And that's I mean, I think it's normal, right? Because look at the sequence of events. I mean, he got brain rattled by Tank. I don't know if people realize when he went in the back, it looked like he still was asking his dad, like, what happened? Like, what the hell happened? That happened to him. He had to deal with that. Then he had the Jahan Ingram sparring. That's headgear, big gloves. He got put down, sat on his ass bad. Then he got in there with Big Watch Barroso. Big Watch Barroso put him on his ass too. So he just had a string of things not go in his favor. And I think that all, impacted his confidence. I think his confidence is shaking up now. He said Roach is not a doctor. Henry ain't a coach. Right. Yeah, he got killed though. Rolly feet terrible too. Yeah, man. His stance is so wide, Cal. His stance too wide. And you can kind of see when he about to, load up to a degree and throw them punches. You see how Tank was able to kind of pick up and figure him out. You know what I mean? But he coming forward, he's a crazy physical presence, right? If he's confident. But I just feel like that confidence ain't there. Like I said, I don't know where he goes from there. The sparring a couple years ago with Ryan and Rolly, that's not more, both different fighters. People got to realize that. Young Pappy, what's good with it, man? Nah, they both are different fighters, but even aside from that, is they both took a L, right? They both lost. They both lost to Tank by knockout. So I don't know. I just feel like Rolly's had it tougher, right? I feel like he's had it tougher after Tank. I feel like Ryan rebounded pretty good after Tank, right? You get what I'm saying? Life after Tank was better for Ryan than it's been for Rolly. Life after Tank for Rolly been a little rough. He quiet and shit. He still talk crazy, but I don't believe him how I used to believe him, even though we ain't believe him before, but it was something believable about it. We believed that he believed it. Right now, when he talk, I don't believe him. You get me? I don't believe him. I don't believe him no more, right? I don't believe like he got that same about him. Like I just don't see it. I don't see it. Rolly was definitely changed post Tank. Yeah, show it just is, and he mad respectful to Tank. He's very respectful to Tank. Like he said, Tank. What did he say? Did he say he thought Tank had an off night and he probably get him in a rematch? Like he's very respectful of Tank. You gotta love it. He humbled the hell out of his ass. It was Jahan. Yeah, Jahan did it. Jahan did him in his sparring, and that was with the headgear on. So that's like, big gloves, headgear. I had Jahan up here. He was talking about he clipped the hell out of Rolly, man. Shout out to everybody that hit that like button, super chat, and cash app. We appreciate all the support, man. Y'all know how we do. Just another cool, dope build in the books, man. Like I said, overall, Ryan got some. He got a lot he working with, bro. I just would like to see him take his career as serious as possible to see just how good or dangerous he could be. Cause at the top of his game, he fun to watch. Yo, he'd get in there and hurt you, Ryan, and beat your ass, man. Be respectful to a man after KO lost too. Man, he love him some Tank, man. He won't say nothing crazy about Tank. He won't dare. Like, nah, Tank just had an off night. That's all it is, You gotta knock him out in the rematch. Won't dare, man. Tank done rattled that brain. He like, yeah, maybe I might not mess with that guy no more. But we'll see. The interesting thing, like I said, Justin Fortune is the guy I think that's training Ryan. Justin Fortune was an ex-fighter, I think L-Dub told me. Him, probably his dad and his brother. And then you got Ryan. I mean, Rolly got Ishmael Salas, who's a hell of a trainer. I don't know what the game plan will be, to be quite honest with you. I don't know. I think he just got to hurt Ryan. I think the sooner the better. I think the longer the fight go, the worse it might. Well, shit, hold on. I wonder what kind of shape Ryan going to be in for this fight. I'll say this, y'all. He better not be in that shape that he was in for the Devin Haney fight. That shit not going to work. That's not going to fly. Because if he's in that type of shape, then that means he got to knock Rolly out early. You got to get rid of him, because if you let him linger and you're tired and you're ineffective and you're not punching, you having those quiet rounds where you ain't doing much, and don't let that dude hit you with one of them. Yeah, you know how it look, man. Y'all remember that sparring, bro? Y'all remember that classic sparring? Where it at, man? Where it at? Do I still got? Yeah, I remember that classic spawn. Man, I remember that classic spawn. Look how he was doing this, man. Disrespectful, bro. Nah, Ryan was doing some shit off too. But he was bullying Ryan, it seemed like, in this spawn a little bit. Had his nose leaking. How brave will he be in this fight? See? Man, he had Ryan. He had it looking bad for Ryan, bro. Ryan was like, grab him and hold him. He was like, I gotta grab him and hold him. But like I said, that was what? They say 8 years ago. That ain't the same. They ain't the same. Rolly don't bring it like that no more. I don't feel so. I don't know. He still could be unpredictable though. He still can punch. He's a strong kid. He's just like an in-shape street fighter though. His fundamentals and his technique is not the best. He got a wide ass stance. Got a tendency to load up at times too, swing, big ass punches. So I think Ryan's speed ultimately and talent overall just be too much. And I think Ryan should walk away with a knockout. If this fight go the distance, I'd be a little surprised because that's he in there with 50% of the crash out team and Rolly Romero. Him and there go my guy Dub still in the building. Rolly will be on that bike versus Ryan. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be too comfortable to stand in there. Yeah, Justin X-Drug too. I'm not sure. That form is trash. Yeah, he's just unpredictable. Like I said, yeah. Overall, I don't think he'll have it. I don't think he'll have it. I just don't see. He got a good trainer though, but I don't know how much of that he's gonna be able to apply in a fight. And I know that was so long ago. I feel like Ryan overall is just a better talent, even with the lack of discipline, still better than Rolly. No slight to Rolly, but that's just what it is. So I expect Ryan to possibly win this fight by knockout, but he better be in shape. Better be in shape. I can't bet on somebody that's not in shape at all. Like if I even get the slightest notion that you ain't in shape, bro, I'm gonna start thinking differently about this fight, bro. Better be in some type of shape. Because again, another performance like that shit with Devin, and you in there with somebody that could crack like Rolly, unpredictable, man, he might take advantage of it. Look like two kids fighting over the last cookie. You stupid. Superman, what's good, bro? How you feeling? They say Ryan getting 20 mil for a Rolly fight. I know he was doing the higher or lower thing on the in the interview with Akin Barak that I was going to play. Like I said, I just wanted to sum it up, the gist of what he was saying. And he was talking about all that drinking and the shrooms and all that stuff. Then he talked about how much money he was getting. Maybe. But if you're getting 20 million to fight Rolly, bro, that's crazy. I just don't know if I believe that. Because I forgot what he said he had got for Tank or Devin. Yeah, he said he had got more for the Devin fight, I think, than he did for Tank. And I knew he was full of shit. I just like to know guys got treated accordingly as far as, getting their money. And more importantly, I just want to see the fights. Ryan still need a coach to bring out that talent, though. It's 50-50 until I see Ryan fight night. I'm telling you. Justin, his dad, and his brother, Sugar Sean. Sugar Sean, y'all. Sugar Sean is nice. Yeah, hell of a trainer. My son is tripping out. But look, much love to everybody. Appreciate y'all pulling up for another cook, another build, man. We just gave boxing is just do how we always do. Man, y'all know, tap in tomorrow, 4 p.m. We're going to be back to cook some more on this boxing. And Ryan, tighten up. Tank, keep winning, man. You got a lot of hate, that young man. Just keep doing your thing. Yeah, y'all. That's it. That's all I got, y'all. The Butcher, my dog, man. So, but again, much love to everybody. Appreciate all the support, man. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of this good Thursday. And I'll see y'all to close the week out tomorrow with a Friday build, man. Lamarcus, my dog. Raise hell, baby. Do you hear him? I'm about to go clothesline him, bro. I can't have him tripping out in the back like that. Y'all hear him? He's a dang fool in the back. Reef, my guy, listen to him, y'all. Listen to him. Check him out. Spoiled babies, man. Don't have no kids, y'all. Don't have no kids. But On that note, again, man, much love to everybody, man. I'll see all of y'all tomorrow at 4. Peace to the fam.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. "4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link."
What? This not funny. How am I supposed to get home? Hold on. Hold on. Here. $2. Take the train.
Shout out to my dog D1. Appreciate you, man. Work function. Been here the whole time. You already know. I already know, bro. Don't work too hard on them. And again, man, much love. I'll see all of y'all tomorrow, man.
Jusdueboxing in the building, 4 o'clock shorty, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's going to be live today at 4 o'clock, man. And he's going to be spewing some good stuff as he always do with an unbiased approach, man. He's probably the most unbiased channel on
what's going on. And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Jusdueboxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Jusdueboxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I